Welcome to another gameplay. In between the last gameplay and this gameplay, I've sort of successfully played another. I started videoing it, recording it. Who tapes anything anymore? But then I realized, once again, like many things in this game so far, I've been doing something wrong. I didn't notice with the class skills that there is a battle form component that you have to pay attention to. So I'm not going to post that playthrough because I was playing it completely wrong. However, I'm going to sort of, in the spirit of me kind of trying new stuff, I'm going to start in the same area, which is Western Skyrim. However, I'm doing more of a mage build now, and I'm going to try to, get a little bit better at crafting of these adventurers as I go along. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly we'll be doing. And what we are doing is, roots and all, this is Mage's Guild. We are in Western Skyrim. The snapshot is sneak through a delve performing lockpicks before gambling with dice and stopping the spread of blood horn chips in the dungeon. It's a plant of some sort, essentially. We do have a companion that is given to us for that last battle, and there's also a level 10 enemy that will pop up somewhere. That will pop up somewhere along the line. By day 4, we have to get to Markath and initiate the following delve. There's special rules around that delve. We'll get to it when we get there, but we are in day 1 right now. So let's look at our build here. All right, we have High Elf here. So High Elf is interesting because of, well, a couple different aspects, but really right here, this Magicka stat. Magicka stat is at 4, which means we are likely to go really heavily into that magic or mage constellation. This is me finally kind of giving into some of the little breadcrumbs that Chip Theory has spread out there, including constellations. If you've watched up until now, I've kind of ignored that for the most part. And Ryan Howard over at CTG, thank you very much for reaching out. We had a little conversation about some adventure builds, and I'm expanding my horizons here. My goal by the end of all of this, of course, is to have a 100-hour perspective on this game, but also maybe have some helpful videos out there, including adventure build guides or best practices, or maybe just what I've learned and what I've done. So that's kind of the journey we're on now. So with that said, we have High Elf, 4 Magicka, 4 health, 2 stamina, 1 combat. So you can kind of get the idea of what we're trying to do. And to cooldown, we are starting with Warden. So Warden, I just played erroneously and didn't really have a magic build. And I was using Dive over and over and over again. Dive is incredibly awesome. Here, we'll throw this up here. Maybe it's a little bit better of a view for you. And because you can deploy, I already put it away from the last play, Diving Cliff Racer for 1 tenacity. This is a companion you can have access to all the time. After they're defeated, you can heal yourself for 3. So absolutely wonderful. However, you need to be in the magic battle form, which I wasn't in that playthrough, but I will this time around. Promise. We'll see. If you follow me around, I'm a little bit forgetful. It also has Bond with Nature, heal a party member, which a party member is inclusive, I believe, of a companion. Insight, so in your current tile or an adjacent tile, for 2 HP. If it's the certain type, which is the, what is it? I just looked all these up. There's humanoid. There's someone's yelling. Do I happen to have the right page up? Beast type. I will continue to forget that, but if it's a beast type, you can exceed the health stat. So base health stat on Diving Cliff Racer is 3. If I use it, I can actually heal it up to 5. So that is pretty cool. Living Vines, enduring. After a beast companion, I remembered at least once, takes damage if it is not defeated. So this is enduring. This continues to happen. It heals for 1 HP. So basically giving it an enemy skill. Forget what the name of it. It might just be Recover. Yeah, it is Recover. At the start of this unit's turn, it heals for a number of adventurers' HP. So sort of, but I'm only 1 adventurer, so it is just like Recover. And for 4 advanced species, a companion may immediately move up to 2 hexes and engage. If it's a beast, It may move up to 2 additional hexes, and this is huge, increase its combat stat by 2 this engage. I mean, that's a super powerful turn. I mean, it is for tenacity. We're going to want to get a little bit of a tenacity engine here. Unfortunately, I had some really cool synergies with some weapons that were awarding me tenacity, or armor, I suppose it is. Every time I was engaged, I was getting tenacity. I don't have that item. Maybe we'll pull it out of here. You never know. I didn't stack the deck, I promise. Or at 5, Feral Guardian, which is the other level. I guess it's equivalent to a level 5 quest unit. It's just a more powerful quest unit than Diving Cliff Racer. So when we can upgrade it if we defeat a level 10 or 20 or quest unit with either of our companions that are being produced from here. So Warden, my kind of build crafting theory is incredibly strong for solo play. I'm just working in solo right now. Eventually, once I get stuff, I'll probably graduate to 2-handed. I don't know if I'll ever get up to 4, but for now, I'm highly interested in seeing like what is sustainable from a solo perspective. Companions are awesome. So Warden seems awesome. The other thing that I have here is High Elf has Sirabane's Boon. So once per battle during your turn, place any adventurer, so that's myself, in an unoccupied entrance tile hex and heal them for 3. So this is a get out of jail free card each and every battle. That is huge. I am starting, of course, with my lowly combat like we always do, but I have decided for Destruction Staff. The only level 1 available are Force Shock, so we're taking 2 Force Shock dice. This is great to start. You got to do some damage. We can do 2 damage to a target, deal 4 damage to your target, and 1 true damage to any adventurer, which sort of sucks. Or gain 2 tenacity, which we want tenacity, obviously, to kind of proc our Warden, and deal 1 true damage to any adventurer. Ooh, that's not as good. The one distinction is an adventurer is not a companion, so I can't just throw that damage on a companion. But that does give us some kind of DPS out of the gates here. All right, so in Skyrim, there is a very interesting mechanic depending on what province effect card you draw. So we draw a peaceful encounter and see what symbol it is. We match the symbol, and those towns are under siege. Under siege towns can't be visited as normal. It basically turns it into a clash. And to do the town actions, you can go to the physical locations on the clash. I was doing this last time, which is why I know how this works and how insanely cool it is. But it's a clash nonetheless. So there's just a special mechanic. I'm sure we'll do 1 or 2. During my last playthrough, it was integrated into my quest. I was doing a different quest. It doesn't seem like it's integrated, at least on this first quest step, days 1 through 4. So reminding ourselves where we have to get to Markarth. So we're starting up here in Solitude in Western Skyrim, and now we have to get to Markarth. Where's Markarth? By day 4. Oh, geez, all the way over here. So we have to make a beeline here with base movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we have to take a beeline essentially. Which I guess we'll start. We're in day 1. We're set up. We're ready to go. I've got all the decks set up. We're ready to do this thing. So I think out of the gates, we're probably going to use some fatigue because we will be able to clear that in our first turn of battle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we can get to House Hunters out of the gates. We don't have anything under siege now until we get to our first province effect at end of day. I mean, I can go straight down here for 3 out of the gates and battle because I want to do that. But maybe we start with going 1, 2, 3, 4, gain a light fatigue to move that extra space and go to Hunter's House. And we get feats of strength. You stop, halted by a barker of a roving carnival, a toothless orc whose dingy appearance cannot suppress an inexplicable charm. Before you know it, you find yourself lining up at an even dingier booth, unslinging your weapon and preparing to test your strength at a possibly triggered game of skill. All right, here are our options. Try your might, so no XP, which I do not like. Each adventurer may roll any number of their available combat skill dice, ignoring their stamina stat. So that's 1 for me. with the goal of rolling the most damage possible. Any adventurer who rolls 4 or more damage gains 2 bonus XP. Oh, crikey. Mine can't do that. All rolled combat skill dice are exhausted. Unstable. This is not unstable, so we won't do that. What's the next one here? Make a social check. I have no tenacity to spend to hit a social check of 3. If successful, treat this encounter's reward as bonus XP, and each adventurer may draw 1 treasure. If unsuccessful, each adventurer gains 2 light fatigue. Well, I think that's pretty clear. Trying our might. Each adventurer may roll any number of their available combat skill dice. Well, this magic build is already biting me in the ass. So, I mean, that's it. I just fail. I go with the first one and fail, so I don't get any light fatigue. It says I may, so I'm not going to roll them and exhaust them. What a waste. That's really tough. That's really tough because I really need XP. That's a bad beat. I don't like this one. Chip theory. So now all we really have left to do is to activate the province effect. Oh, we drew it's moving here, which makes entrance to Dusktown under siege, and that's in our path here. Also Rebels Retreat down here and Markath. So all of those in our path are currently under siege. I don't think that rewards XP, which is my biggest concern at this point. No, so even getting into those just doesn't really matter, or doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It gives you an extra town action, or if there's any other town actions I need. So I think I might have to 1, 2, 3, sprint down here to the 4 Skull Lookout and just get into a little bit of ruckus here and just see how High Elf is going to perform for us. All right, so we pulled Wacky Box of Wonders. A shady group of bandits corners you. One pulls out a puzzle box decorated with an ornate carving and symbols. We have such sights to show you, whispers the bandit, his fingers dancing across the surface of the box as it seems to shift into one shape after another. You're no expert on artifacts of Apocrypha. You'd wager this device is from the realm of Hermaeus Mora, the Daedric Prince of Forbidden Knowledge. It is clear no good will be summoned by the contents of this strange token, but interrupting the bandit is sure to present its own dangers. Okay, we've got a clash here, and 2 XP is exactly what I needed. You interrupt the bandit, solving the puzzle box. A flurry of afflictions fly out. The first enemy deployed must be a humanoid. Okay, we have a party XP of 2. We do get a humanoid first and High Elf bandit. Each adventurer gains 3 light fatigue and then rolls a status die and gains the rolled result. Ew, that's kind of gross. Well, let's just go ahead and do that. Well, here, let's read the rest. If the Hex 1 enemy is the last enemy to be defeated, each adventurer draws, okay, this is cool. We need this. 1 legendary item. So unstable, this is not unstable. So we first gain 3 light fatigue. I already have 1 for my movement, so that's not looking good. My decision to take on fatigue and just clear it in the first step kind of sucks now, because now I'm going to be without something for a minute. Now I have to roll my fatigue, not my fatigue, my status. Please give me stealth. Please give me stealth. Please give me stealth. Otherwise, this sucks. Oh, gosh. Come on. Sideways. Hold on. Let's try this again. Oh, jeez. Am I literally going to die right now? When this unit rolls combat skill dice. All right. So it's just combat skill dice. That's good. Total damage rolled is reduced by half and then rounded down. All right. This would be catastrophic. This is my first benefit of having a Magicka first build here. That MAME status, which I have so much to clear already. I have five dice here to be able to clear off that cooldown. Yeah, just make sure anything else here. First enemy deployed, got that. Then roll a status die, gains the rolled result. Just got that. If Hex 1 enemy is the last enemy to be defeated. Okay, so we want to go for 2, which is relatively further away, although I have pretty good range with my magic here. I have a magic stat of 4, giving me a range of 4. So, but we do want to try to do that. And also possibly go and lockpick. All right, let's do this. Go back to battle mode. Back in battle mode here. I'm going to set up real quick and be right back. All right, here is a setup. This is the number 1 position. We have dodge. Dodge basically allows them to block damage equal to the number of dice misses on your roll. 3 health, 4 range. So this thing is very rangy, but only throwing 1 enemy combat dice. Let's see, but Imperial Bandit up here, this is who we want to take down first. Unfortunately, they do 5 damage. They have 1 range and also 1 defense. So they're pretty stout and will throw 1 enemy combat die. They have native. So native here, this is the province specific skill. It's freeze. When this unit determines a target, if its target must move, its target must move 1 item from its ready slot to their pack. If it's currently in a siege town, the target must move all items. This sucked in a siege town encounter that I had before. I don't have any items now, so I'm not very worried about that. So yeah, I mean, I think this is fairly straightforward here. Let's go and try to beat them up. I'm seeing I only have 2 stamina. I think I've always played with 3. So I've been used to moving quite a bit here, but I do have 4 range. So if I get to this spot here, he's going to be able to get me no matter what, but I will 3, 4 be able to throw at him. The tough part here is I have so much fatigue stacked up. I mean, let's see what happens. Let's move 2. We're going to roll. We are in magic battle form. We're going to roll both of our 4 shocks. I mean, if we roll the couple of, I really don't want the gain 2 tenacity. I mean, it would be helpful. I could then deploy a companion, so that won't be the worst thing to happen. A deal 2 damage and then a deal 4 and do 1 true damage to myself would be good and knock him out. So that's what we're hoping for. Let's see what we get. Nope. Oh, worst case scenario. Absolute. Oh my gosh. Worst case scenario. So we have 3 tenacity now. Whoop-de freaking do. I gained 2 off of this result and off of the miss. Brutal. Absolutely brutal out of the gates. So I have to survive. I've got to spend 1 immediately, and I've got to get my companion out. It has dodge, rush, 3 health, rolls 2, will act as, well, it won't really block anything because this will target 2. It'll target both of us, which kind of sucks. But the good news is if it gets taken out, Warden lets me heal 3. So that is a huge benefit to being able to pull this out. I also have 2. I could heal a party member in sight for 2 HP. So I could immediately give it 5 if I really wanted to, but dying isn't the worst thing in the world to be able to gain some health back. We're going to throw it here. Question is now, do I care about trying to defeat this thing first? Especially it's only rolling 2. It has defense. Maybe I'll have it work here on High Elf Bandit. Well, at least it does 1. Oh, it has dodge. So it has dodge. We have a miss. It actually misses altogether. So that's kind of a waste of a turn here. Oh no. I do have my auto heal too for High Elf, the Sirabane's Boon. Yeah, this will activate first. It will get within range here and throw 1 at Diving Cliff Racer. It does hit. Dodge doesn't do anything because there was no miss. And now High Elf Bandit will target both of us, 2 and 4 range, and it's going to roll 1. We could use a miss. Oh my gosh. So I get hit for 2. This gets knocked out. That's brutal. I heal for 3, but I can only heal for 2 because my max health is 4. So, I mean, that helped with some survivability, but now I'm kind of stuck here totally screwed. I don't know what to do. Round 2. Oh, I should have already removed this light fatigue from cooldown, so I get to remove my secondary light fatigue, but that doesn't help at all. I've got 1 combat dice. I've got to flip to defense to try to stem the tide here. I just hope they don't both roll 2. Is what it comes down to. I could I guess I could 1, 2 get out of range from this one, or what was I here? 1, 2. No, I can't quite get to that chip. So this goes 1, 2. He won't be able to target me, but this one will. So I think I'll do that. And I'm going to, on my engage, no target needed. Just going to roll for the active result on my combat dice. And I do get it. So that's helpful. All right. We'll activate first here. 1, 2, nothing in range. Oh, native probably procced this last time around, which I had totally forgotten. Oh, I don't have any items, so that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in range, so high elf bandit stays where they are and will roll against me. They'll knock off that active result. And moving on to 3. I will gain back 1. Get rid of maim. Oh, you know what? Maim. So it says total damage. So I'm guessing maim doesn't affect the active result because it says damage. I could be playing that wrong, but I could use a help. How about that? How about that for you rules lawyers? I won't look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's maim doesn't affect defense. Where was I? This is much more difficult than I had imagined. So for me to get another companion, I need 3 more tenacity. That is not likely here. I still have, I just have to start doing some damage here. So I'll start with my, there's no way I can get out of range from this one. Man, I'm going to hit fatigue at any time. I just don't have the power to deal with this right now. All right, well, I'm just going to start circling this way to try to get myself in position to lure them away. So then when I use my race ability, I come back here and hopefully skip some form of damage. So I've moved. All I can do is roll 1 at this point. Okay, this is helpful. 2 damage. 1 gets through because it has defense. This feels kind of a little hefty for a 1. A level 1 enemy? Like 5 health and 1 defense? With native? Seems a little suspect. I need to get that cooldown stat ASAP. All right, so it'll go first, move at me, and it will roll. I need a miss. Hey, look at that. I just speak it into existence. I will take that. 110%. I'll take that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't have to move. It will hit for 1. Down to 3. All right, I'll recover combat and 1 here. We're on to 4. I can't be too strategic at this point. I've got to just go. Can't be defensive. I've got to keep rolling it. I'm not going to have enough time to get enough misses in tenacity here. I need items in the worst way. All right, 2 more, which still only does 1. That sucks. We're going to cycle this way once again. I could have put defense up at that point, which I probably would have done, but let's roll the dice on this thing. Let's see what happens. I don't want to use Sarabane's boon yet because it's 3 HP. I'd hate to use it unless I was slivered. Okay, so it's going to move, get right next to me once again, and keep throwing misses at me. Got it. So this high elf bandit is still in range. So he'll roll. He's going to miss also. Nope. Okay. So what I'm going to immediately do is use Bond with Nature on my class ability. I can heal a party member in sight for 2 HP, which I will do right now. If it's a beast, you can overheal it, which I don't have any beasts. So I'm just going to heal myself. I'm going to spend that tenacity. I'm hoping for nothing but hits at this point. Before I engage, though, I think I'm going to move 2 away, but I will interrupt here for a lockpick. So we have a 3, and we need a 225. 3 attempts. I'm not sure how much fatigue I can afford to take to unlock this, though. Well, that sucked. At least we got a 5. Well, that's locked away. Need 2 2s. Let's go. If I only knew what that was. Could be the thing that gets me through this battle, or it could be the thing that puts the fatigue and not enough DPS to deal with these people before fatigue rounds, which we are in, or we're in next time. I forgot to change that. I really need to be able to... Oh, I haven't been changing myself, by the way. I should have been declaring magic battle form for my defense. Oh, do I want to spend 2 fatigue? Well, you know, I'm so early on, I can restart so easily. Let's spend the 2 fatigue to unlock this. Okay. Oh, it's got to be 2-handed. Damn it. Gain 1 over fatigue to add 3 enemy combat die to disengage. This could be helpful. I can overtax it, perform the above effect without gaining the over fatigue. I am for sure going to do that. So this may be the thing that actually gets me through. That could be huge. And I'm going to overtax that. That's not something I need anymore. So I'm going to continue to move So I was in the middle of a movement. Now that I have hindsight, I you know what? I should have actually probably declared my target space. So I don't know. Is that cheating? Now that I know I want to get closer to this guy. If I'm here, I'm still within range. Whatever. That was my target space. I won't try to cheat. All right. So now I'm actually going to throw here. Well, I've got to get my magic dice back here. Yeah, I'm going to throw here because there's no defense. If I overtax this Iron Greatsword, it's likely to... Ooh, am I going to lose Iron Greatsword now? I'm going to lose it. It's going to get kicked out of here with freeze here. I've got to use it now. Ugh, that sucks. The native ability will have its target discard an item. This item will get discarded before it can use. It can't be used range. I've got to be in the two-handed combat skill. Sucks. All right, well... If I want a chance at survival, I've got to knock someone out really quickly. So I'm going to go here, High Elf Bandit. I'm rolling both of these. Please don't do true damage or knock it out. Okay, so our results are 4 damage and 1 true damage to any adventurer. So that's going to take it out. It does more than enough here. We're not going to get that bonus. I get a true damage here. I totally messed up. This would have been 6 damage. So this is probably going to have me lose this. This would have been 6 damage. This would have been able to take this out. I made a strategic error here, although you don't know that you're going to roll 6 damage. So if I were to take this out, it wouldn't have discarded the Iron Greatsword. Then I could have followed up this next time around with my 1 lonely combat dice, two-handed, to be able to knock it out with my overtax effect on Iron Greatsword. But that did not happen. That is unfortunate for me. Okay, so it's going to move to here. It's going to roll 1 at me. And my item is going into my pack now because it targeted me. It's going to hit for 1. I am now going to use my race effect, which is Sirabane's Boon. I place them here and heal them for 3, which will only be 2. Before I did that, though, we're going into fatigue, actually, and over fatigue. So that is first up. I get rid of my light fatigue here. This is fine. I'm gonna take damage on fatigue from here on out. Frankly, I don't even attempt to try to roll 1 combat dice here. The chances of anything happening are slim. It's interesting. So I'm like just trying to think about timing on this over fatigue. I'm gonna take 2 damage out of the gates. So you gain 1 over fatigue. Do I take 1 damage right now on the first round? Yeah, I'm taking 1 damage right this second. So from a timing perspective, though, I would have been, over here. Over fatigue happens. I would have lost and been down to 1. I use my race ability, which puts me here, heals 3. So now I'm at 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So he's within range. I'm recovering my 2 Magicka dice. What are these? My destruction staff, 4 shocks. And, well, we're really hoping to have that same result we had last time. That would be awfully helpful. Come on. I'm just going to, just for fun, I'm going to roll 8 damage. Let's do it. I don't care about the true damage. Let's just do it. Hey, we rolled the 6. There we go. So deal 2 damage. That's 1 defense. So 1 damage. And then I can deal 4 and 1 true damage to myself. That more than takes them out. I get the true damage, so I'm down to 3. And we are successful. Let's go. I got a mildly helpful Iron Greatsword, which will slot in and overtax. That'll be helpful in the future. That native freeze ability is pretty nasty, especially if you're in the town encounter, whatever it is, the overrun town, or you know what I mean. Yeah, that was kind of tough. Felt like especially that the number 2 slot here that had the native with the 5 health and the 1 defense. That was pretty rough. I used everything I had. I mean, everything at my disposal early on. So that was a really tough first battle. I do get 2 XP, which is incredibly helpful. That's huge. So good. So now my question is, what do I train? So I could train now a level 2 destruction staff, which would make a lot of sense. If I had 1 more XP, I would definitely go cooldown. Stamina movement might be helpful, but I have 4 range. So destruction staff at level 2, we get wall of elements here. Apply a dazed status die to up to 2 enemies in range, including quest enemies. So daze, this unit cannot roll dice on the same turn it moves, and it cannot move on the same turn it rolls dice. At the end of this unit's turn, remove. So it's only a 1-turn effect. That's not that huge. You can apply maim, which maim I think just ticks damage down, right? No, maim we just did. Maim was the combat skill dice are cut in half. Or apply fear. The effects of this unit's non-combat skills are ignored. Ooh, this effect does not apply to skill dice already in the active slot. That'd be kind of cool, but it's one time. Destructive Torch. It feels like I need more DPS here. Defeat a level 1 enemy. That's pretty awesome. The other result is choose a level 1 or 5 enemy. Deal true damage equal to the enemy's current HP to adventurers. What? Deal true damage equal to that enemy's current HP to adventurers. Divided among you as you choose, then defeat that enemy. Dude, that's kind of brutal. Defeat a level 1 to 5 enemy. Apply a Bane status dice to any adventurer. That's kind of a rough trade-off. I don't know if I like that. All right, those are the choices. It would be Destructive Torch, or it could frankly be another Force Shock dice. Another level 1. Or am I liable to go into a town right now? This is day 2. No. Probably going into an unstable encounter. I'm bummed I didn't defeat that number 2 enemy first to get that extra legendary loot. That kind of sucks. I don't know. Destructive Touch seems incredibly powerful. It just deals a lot of damage. And when I only have 1 adventurer, that feels kind of outsized. Like level 1 at 3 or 5, I only have 4 health. So I couldn't even choose Imperial Bandit. I'd knock myself out to be able to use that second result. I mean, the chances of me being able to use that, it's essentially a miss. I mean, I'll take a Bane, I guess, to defeat one. I mean, that could be a last chance, but at the end of the day, I think I just need DPS. I think I need to go Force Shock times 3. Is that insane? Or I could get a health and a second combat dice. That's some flexibility. Nah, let's go Force Shock. Let's be irresponsible. I feel like that's the irresponsible move. But I like it because we hit some big ones there. That was actually pretty cool. So our XP, party XP goes up to 4 now. Activate province effect, which now we are moving our under siege, which now we don't have any towns near us under siege, so no big deal. And I will recover to full health now with just 1 needed. I'm going to move that great sword back into inventory. Town might be a good move at this point. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of my over fatigue and my rest up, and we're going to move on to day 3. So this is our last day before having to go into that encounter, which seems pretty tough. I just don't know if I'm powerful enough to do that. Although going to town will give you items, possibly. I guess I would want to scout that. It's one thing I haven't been doing. Let's look at Rebel's Retreat really quick. All right. The shop is okay at Rebel's Retreat here. 4 common items, 1 legendary. We do have a quest board, which side quests are awfully helpful. And then possibly a trainer here. I don't need to use the inn. So that's what we'll do. We're moving 2 hexes down to Rebel's Retreat. And let's see what kind of items we got here. A couple of glyphs out of the gates. Glyph of Frost. Glyph of Bracing. I've enjoyed glyphs so far. Consumable and a document. And then our 1 legendary, throw on this side, is unconsumable, unfortunately. Gold Coast Mud Crab Fries. Discard this item, then heal all an adjacent enemy to full HP. Well, that sounds great. You may ignore its defense stat until the end of your turn. No, I'm definitely not doing that. That's not a legendary item to me. That's rough. Let's check out Glyph of Frost here. Enchant tile in play. Okay, so we're enchanting a specific tile. All enemies that start their turn on this tile can only move 1 hex during the movement step. Okay, Glyph of Bracing. Enchant a companion in play. This could be helpful. The enchanted companion gains enemy skill Divert. Discard this if the companion has exactly 1 HP. So we don't want it to get to HP. Divert does what? This unit cannot lose its last HP until it has 1. So yeah, that actually is a pretty busted skill. Bruma Jugged Rabbit. Discard this item, then adventurers may heal for a collective total of HP equal to the amount of light fatigue in your cooldown track. Whatever. Wayshrine map. After rolling the unstable die, you may re-roll the die one time. After re-rolling, you may discard this item to instead set the die to the side of your choice. That's like helpful. I'm worried about survivability at this point. Let's see the skills. So all constellations are available. We're only drawing 2. No magic. It's going to be bow, which is bow's cool. Man, I think I might have to do a quest. Yeah, bow, what is that, in one-handed or two-handed? I don't know, but I'm not speccing for that. I'm speccing for magic here. The glyph of bracing, considering my companion build, is likely helpful. Now, I think I'm getting a quest companion on this last kind of battle, so I might be able to actually enchant it, which would be helpful, possibly. So that's one thing. I'm also going to go just to get a side quest here. So it's called Seize Them. The city guards ask you to round up criminals who have been stealing small livestock in the area. All adventurers gain a new temporary class ability. So for 3 tenacity, I can apprehend. Remove an adjacent non-quest enemy at 1 HP and place it on this card. This does not count as defeating it. During the next town encounter, which there are at least 1 enemy on this card, complete this quest. Gain 1 XP during the day's reward phase. Along with the following rewards, based on the number of enemies on this card, items gained from the reward. Oh, this is cool. Placed in any adventurer's inventory, then return all the enemies on this card to the enemy bag. Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, so if we can get someone slivered down to 1, that would be incredibly helpful. We'll take that. So, what did I take? Okay, yeah, I'm done. That is that. All right, we will draw for... Oh, it actually, the siege towns remain the same. This is fine. We are on day 4 now. We need to go and... Oh, my recover step. Get that back. We need to go and... to finish up this quest step. Let's see what we got. Okay, so here we are. We are in day 4. Our quest objectives. We've traveled to Markarth. I didn't show you that on the map, but just believe me, I moved 2 hexes to get there, and I'm initiating a delve. We have the delve set up. Well, the opening tile set up. So the interesting part here is I have a companion controlled by the party. She may move 1 additional hex during the move step. When she moves onto a cache or onto a delve tile with a trap, she may make a lockpick check on the cache or trap that is automatically successful. The downside to this, she has to roll a d6. On a 3 to 6, she deals 1 true damage to each adventurer, so I just get 1 true damage. If they're defeated, set her aside. Okay, that's one thing. So I'm trying to collect caches, well, technically items, but I don't get to gain them. When a delve tile is revealed, do not deploy enemies. The party member cannot, so no enemies are popping up. However, we can't move more than 3 hexes. After our turn or our movement, we roll 1d6, and if the sum is more than these different round totals at any given time, we will have to pop up a level 10 enemy. That is the one presumably I've set aside here, even though it doesn't say that specifically. Either way. So each time a cache is unlocked, I set the drawn item aside like I had said, instead of gaining it. At the end of the encounter, I note the number of items in the campaign journal, then discard and set them aside. The thing that I don't quite get, and by the way, this gives me 2 XP, which I'm happy for. I love XP. This encounter is completed when the party retreats from battle or is defeated. It is always successful. The more items the party sets aside, the easier the final quest step will be. So I could be defeated here and not lose somehow. So I guess I would technically have to go, maybe it says in the next quest step, like I heal completely or just heal 1 in my recover and then have to deal with it. Maybe that's like, so why, I guess the question is, why wouldn't you just keep going until you die? Like, why would you ever retreat? Is it to make recovery easier? Who knows? Nobody knows. Somebody knows. Designers, you know, I don't. All right, battle mode. We're back again. We have the delve set up and we basically just start drawing delve tiles. We have our round set to the number of adventurers, which is 1, and we just start drawing here. So this is our first one. So this is armed guards. We would be adding a 5 and a 1. Well, technically we're at 4, so we'd be adding 2 1s in this instance. Or I guess it would be, yeah, I think it would be 2 1s. Either way, it doesn't matter. All the effects here are related to the Sky Shard effect, which doesn't matter to us now. Whoops, we have this upside down. And we do have a loot chip here. Those are what we want. So we can go 1, 2, 3, roll the d6. So remember, we want a 1 or 2, which we get the 6. So now, so I get 1 true damage. Now it has to roll 3 d6s. Whoa, my camera just did some wackiness. That was a 1, I promise. We'll see if it corrects itself here. All right, so 1, 5, that's equal to 6. I think we're going to be good here. That's 11. In round 1, we can't exceed 15. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 as well. We'll roll 1. That's 6. Well, let's not roll 6s. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Well, we don't have to take the level 10 enemy yet. All right. So I guess the idea is we just see how far we can get. So we did collect 1. That's done. Let's see what we draw next. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. All right, good. Another loot here. Let's be cautious of table space. So maybe we'll throw this down here. Oh, well, I guess we'll do it here to be able to explore off of this one. Is that true? I guess you'd have to do this. So then to be able to explore off of that, we'll set it like this for table sake. This could get long. I may have to adjust this thing and keep moving it. If we're lucky, it'll get long. All right. So I guess we're on our 2. So we took the free action to explore here. Or actually, no, nobody was there. So all we could have done, so my bad, we will throw the chip out there. So I would have actually had to move for my turn, then perform the explore. That's it. And I can't move again, I don't believe. I can't move, explore, move, can I? Oh, I can't move and explore on the same turn. Well, that sucks. So we'll pretend that that's not even done. This can't even do anything. Oh, I guess I can, I forgot. The explore action I could do from here without moving, right? Sorry, I haven't done many delves. This is only like the 3rd delve. One was a tutorial. Oh, if I move into that hex, I would trigger an explore event. But then I could technically move, I can only ever move 3. So I would go here, trigger the explore, and I'm realizing now I totally biffed it. Like this, the companion should have moved first, or should have moved second anyways in the first place. So, okay. So that explore is properly done, but I've already moved. I went 1. This is round 2 now. I think I'll easily pass this check, obviously, because I can roll up to a 13 in round 2. However, we can go 1, 2, 3 and automatically unlock this. Take that off. However, we've got to roll the d6, and this is for that effect, which gives me a true damage. I'm forgetting. I should have I guess I could technically, no, you can't engage with that target. So I wonder if I could have been rolling for tenacity, but either way, it doesn't matter. So I'm wondering if I should have been looking through Hailstorm, for example. It says 111, 1 attempt. If unsuccessful, add 1 frostbite chip to icy buildup, and each enemy on the tile gains 1 HP. Guess that doesn't matter because there's no enemies on the tile. No enemies are being deployed. And then when revealed, has to do with enemies being deployed. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we're moving on to 3 here. I'm going to move 2 and trigger and explore. I have to remember to roll my d6 and I move twice, so I can't be over 10. 4, don't be a 6. 5, okay, I don't get the level 10. And we do get 2 caches here. This is handy. What happens if there's only 1 treasure spot? When revealed, draw 1 for each frostbite chip on icy buildup and distribute them among adventurers as you choose. Oh, you know what? I'm totally forgetting there's a delve mechanic. I'm wondering, what is icy buildup? During the session setup, find special delve card icy buildup and place it beside the delve deck. Oh, okay. Well, that might tell me something. Let's find icy buildup. There's icy buildup. Place this card beside the delve deck during any session that takes place in the Skyrim province. When instructed to place frostbite chips on this card, use HP chips. Half frozen. During the delves, each party member's health stat is reduced by the number of frostbite chips on this card to a minimum of 1. Okay, so we're slowly freezing our arses off. We got one here. Oh, I guess we needed to try to do Hailstorm. It's a 1 attempt for a 1/1/1. Okay, let's. Oh, that's a shocker. We didn't get it. If unsuccessful, add a frostbite chip to icy buildup, and each enemy on this tile gains 1 HP. Okay, so there are no enemies. That's what didn't matter. So, but now we came on here, increase the round counter by 1. So when revealed, draw 1 item for each frostbite chip on icy buildup and distribute them among adventurers. So I get an item. That's fun. I get a silver circlet. This is 2 tenacity. Interrupt after rolling. Change a single level 1 or level 2 skill die to the side of your choice. That is super cool. That's actually very nice. It's very thoughtful of you, Chip Theory, to give me that. This is good. Man, we have a tight play space here. I might have to move to a different view in 1 second. Okay, what else do we got here? All right, so this can move 3 now. Oh, I guess we only get 1 chip here. And it can go 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens. We are on round 3, which it can't be over 10. Well, actually, the first thing it needs to roll is to see if I get true damage. Oh no, it hasn't tried to unlock it. So there's 2, 5. Oh. All right. Well, this might be the end of our adventure, folks. And we'll put it right here. It needs to go to the nearest. If the rolled total is greater than the following number based on the current round. Oh, it's not greater. Deploy level 10. Oh, so we actually are safe right now. That was only 10, right? Pretty sure. So we're definitely getting it next round for sure. That would be really difficult to not. All right, so we'll go to 4. I'm going to move 2 on here and see if we can make something happen. Oh, I need to draw one first. So 3 attempts, 4, 3, 1. We get a 4. We get a 1. Let's see if we can just roll a 3 and not have to spend. Oh, well, okay. We'll spend one fatigue to pick that up. This is good. So I was in the middle of my movement. So I finished 3 here, which means I need to roll. So this was, I think the explore hex will interrupt, or the explore action. So we will draw and go here. All right. So when an adventurer moves or is placed onto this tile, they must either end their turn immediately or add a frostbite chip to icy buildup. So my health stat is already at 3 now because of the icy buildup. So this happens. We do get a couple of caches here. Okay, so I move 3 times. Now I have to roll to not exceed in round 4, 8. Oh, that's not helpful. 7. There we go. All right. Well, so now it comes out right next to me. So I moved. Now I can engage. Now we're in full battle mode here. Or I can move one more time trying to get another one of these. It's going to want to go after. So if I move, I can only move 3 spaces overall, right? So my engage is just to try to knock it out. It has aggressive and native. I think we remember we don't like native. It's going to steal my items or put all my items in my pack once it targets me. And aggressive, let's remind ourselves what aggressive is. I think it rerolls misses, if my memory serves. After rolling enemy combat dice, this unit rerolls all misses 1 time. Dang, bruh. That's rough. All right, let's just see what we can do. We'll be in magic battle form here. We're going to throw all 3 at him. Question is, do I want to... My race ability has me drop all the way back here, and that's not that good. I have nothing else really. Now I could overtax this. Is it worth even using Iron Greatsword at this point and add 3 enemy combat dice? Is it that important? I've already gotten a decent amount here. Maybe not. Oh, do I strategically want to go here? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe strategically I want to move him here. It's just the closest hex to myself, just to leave a path open for my companion. I don't feel too stressed. Maybe it's because I don't understand this whole thing. But yeah, let's just roll at him. We're going at Ogre. All right, so Ogre gets 4. That's kind of sweet. 4, 8 damage. And I do 1 true damage to myself. So he's dead. Oh, no, he has 2. So only 6 goes through. He's slivered, though. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I'm down to 1, which, anyways, we'll move 1. which will have it roll 1, 6, which is not bad. Then it's going to roll 2 enemy combat dice. Hopefully we hit for more. Oh, I have to hit for more than 2 to do 1. It has aggressive, which it'll re-roll, and it has unbridled. What's unbridled? Oh, I should have taken this light fatigue away. Before this unit deals damage, roll 1d6. If the result is 3 through 6, damage it rolled will be dealt as true damage. Okay, so I guess we roll our dice. It does 1. However, we roll a d6. It's 2. That's probably unhelpful. So if it'll be doing true damage. If the roll is 3 through 6, the damage it rolled will be dealt as true damage. And this unit deals 1 additional true damage to each adventurer. If this battle takes place in High Rock, so we're not. Although it does have aggressive, which allows it to re-roll this. So if I roll a 2, it's knocked out. No. So nothing goes through. It blocks it all. And now it's turn. It's actually going to roll at both of us. We're both targeted. We're both adjacent. And I'm dead. All right, that's as far as we got. Ogre took us out. I almost had an insane roll, 1 shot, which is why I upgraded to a 3rd Force Shock. Because I have 4 Magicka. I can roll 4 of those suckers at one time. And that is so huge with this defensive stat. I mean, unlike Too Many Bones where you knock off the defensive dice and all of that stuff, like you have to get through this each and every attack, and that's pretty hard. So that was technically still successful because it says so. And we move on to B02. So let me clean up here real quick. All right, so we got 3 of these, whatever they were, items. So hopefully that makes our last quest up easy. 3 probably seems about average, I think. Oh, I could have used my race ability and healed and went all the way to the front. Now, I wouldn't have ever made it any further because I think I would have kept summoning a level 10 because I'd have to move 3 to... Yeah, I was just too far behind, but the companion probably could have kept going, possibly. I don't think it would have gotten 1 shot itself. So anyways, we'll see. We'll see how that works out. You just never know. So I do gain 2 XP. Love XP. Party XP goes to 6. This is good. Still on day 4. We haven't done recover step, but we're jumping forward in the quest here. All right, back to roots and all here. All right, thanks to a diversion from your Fighters Guild companions, you were able to gain access, am I reading the right one? Yeah, to Anhela's seed vault and collect the samples you needed. I know of a friendly bloodthorn herbalist in Morthal who would lend us instruments to study this stuff provided we're willing to pay, says Karzug. You take the orc's advice, keeping in mind that Morthal is awfully close to one of the Blackreach lifts most used by the hostile underground forces that have been invading settlements around Skyrim. Hopefully the town hasn't caught the eye of any greedy vampires or Fulmer. So I'm traveling to Morthal and initiate a town encounter recommended by day 8. So I have we'll look at where Morthal is in a second. I'm guessing it's across the map. We're going to have another 4 days to do so. During the encounter, you must analyze the samples by resolving one of the following options. Analyze them yourself as a town square action. One adventurer may roll a number of mage type skill dice up to their Magicka stat. Other adventurers may choose to contribute to this roll as well, which we cannot do that. If at least adventurers times 2, so that would be 2 non-miss results are rolled, the analysis is successful regardless of success. All rolled skill dice are exhausted. So I wonder if it happens to be under siege at that time, if I also have to do it while it's under siege, which is interesting. That's kind of a cool little mechanic. We haven't shown you the under siege yet. I think I should, though. Or you can pay for analysis. As a group, town square action adventurers must collectively discard legendary items equal to, in my case, 2. If either option is failed, the quest is not failed. You may attempt either option again on a future day. Okay. Ongoing step effects. If you initiate a town encounter in Morthal while it is under siege. Oh, okay. So this was what I was talking about. The Fighters Guild envoy becomes a companion controlled by the party. If the new envoy is ever defeated, it is discarded as normal. So that begs the question. So should I have had 2 companions there on that last one? Because it said something about an envoy, but it didn't say to deploy it. So it said, set aside a random humanoid enemy on the following level. So level 10, we have that. Depending on the number of adventurers, this is the Fighters Guild envoy. So that's just setting it aside. So I actually used that one as the level 10. I just thought, it maybe was coincidence that you summon a level 10. So I have to set aside a new level 10. This is the new Fighters Guild envoy. So then this will become a companion here, this Banekin. So I'll have a companion to help out, which is good. Controlled by the party. If the envoy is ever defeated, it is discarded as normal. Okay, that's fun. I like it. All right, this is fairly straightforward here. Okay, so here's our map. We have to get, and I promise I'm not going to forget the end of the day stuff I have to do. I have to decide if I'm leveling up. I'm excited about that. So we have to make it to Morthal. We're down here in Markath. Morthal is all the way over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we got plenty of time to get there. That's interesting. All right, so our next little wrinkle here is we have to draw and set. So we still stay under siege in that same exact type. So that means any towns that are within reach that are under siege, right up here we could do. Although, I don't know, what do I need to do? The problem is it doesn't award XP. And I really just want to keep leveling up. I want to become this crazy high elf Warden Mage, I guess. So yeah, probably not going to do that. But before we do anything else, the question is, do I use this newly acquired 2 XP to do anything? I guess I have to, this is what I have to do. So I rest for 1, gain this back. I do have to make it to a town, actually, because I need to go to an inn pretty desperately. So now I'm getting to the point where I probably need to spend XP on health, because 4 just has been kind of iffy. It's an iffy number when you know the enemies can roll up to 2. If they're rolling 2, they could essentially one-shot you. So I probably need to spend an XP there. The question is, do I hold the second XP? Probably. It's probably the smart thing to do, although I would love to spend both of them on another destruction staff. Or maybe we just hold until the end of this next town phase. Maybe that's what we'll do. So, recovered. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 to Rebels Retreat is where we're headed for day 5. Day 5, Rebels Retreat. This is not under siege. Oh, I totally forgot about our side quest. Now I'm just like re-looking at everything. I don't think I had an opportunity though. There was no. Ooh, that's going to be hard not to train. That was a Daedric Summoner. There's some good skill dice in there. And then there's items, of course. 1 legendary. All right. So Arsonist, if the town is under siege and a party member takes damage while occupying a building, that building is closed for the rest of the encounter. Flip the building face down. Each unit occupying the building is dealt 1 true damage and placed in the closet unoccupied hex outside, closest unoccupied hex outside of the building. All right. So that doesn't matter. Town square effect, aid the wayward guardians, untrain a skill die and train a 1 skill 1 level higher in the same line. Oh, well then. So knowing that, if I would have trained 1 more, if I would have trained a level 2, I could have gotten a free level or straight up to a level 3. Although that's not that great. Like once you already have it, I guess it just helps you replace something. That's not insane. This potion's pretty nice. Fracturing poison. Deal 1 targetable enemy true damage equal to its defense stat. That's pretty handy. I don't really see any synergies. These are all kind of battle stances that I don't go into. So Daedric Summoning is what is on the table here. It's got this pretty cool Daedric Curse. So deal X true damage to an adjacent enemy, which is nice. I believe it stacks. So if you do multiple of those, it's not going to proc the defense twice. Or it deals 1 true damage to an adjacent enemy. Then any single adventurer may trigger 1 of their class abilities that cost 2 tenacity or less for free. That's pretty cool. Or we could do bound armaments. At the end of this unit's turn, you may choose an adventurer, which doesn't help because I'm never in those battle forms, to perform an engage, rolling 3 enemy combat dice. Oh boy, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I could never proc that. So I would never be able to train bound armaments because I would be needing to be in magic battle form. So that doesn't work. But at level 2 Power Stone, I can change the result of up to X other skill dice you rolled this engage to a side of my choice. That would synergize incredibly well with Force Shock so far. Sometimes I just need certain results there, and it would take out those really risky situations where I don't want to take the true damage, and I just want to roll the deal 2 damage to the target. Expert Summoner combat stat. The combat stat and movement of companions you control are increased by X after one of these companions engages. Reduce the die by 1. Oh, that's so cool. That summon. Okay. I need to remember that in any sort of build guide. Level 2 Daedric Summoning, Expert Summoner, and Warden is great. So, okay. First round action, I am definitely training that. I'm sliding it in right above across from stamina. The second town action is to go to the inn. Oh, the inn's closed. Oh, no. All right, well, I'm going to get fracturing poison then. This legendary potion, that should come in handy. And we will end the step. I'll be able to recover dice. Let's do this before I forget. Heal the 2 half of my stat. That could hurt me here in the end. We'll see. The province effect goes to the same thing. How are we drawing the same exact? I swear I'm not putting the same card in front. We could. Yeah, we might just have to use our healing or something to get through this. Now the question is, do I spend the XP now to increase health and wait for another XP to get going on Daedric Summoning, or Daedric Curse is awfully wonderful? Oh, I can do both. Heck yeah, I can spend 2 XP to get that first dice and upgrade health. That's beautiful. I like that. Gives myself at least 1 more health. Now I'm at 3. And the XP got me, what is it? Daedric Curse. Fun. All right, so I'm feeling the best now that out of all my playthroughs at this point with my build and where I'm going with it. I really am excited to get that level 2 Daedric Summoning. Was it Expert Summoner? That looks busted too. Moving on to day 6. Okay, so here's the deal. We Under Siege right now is this entrance to Dust Town. I just don't see a lot of benefit other than getting an extra town action going into an Under Siege town. I know I want to show it to you. I'm actually kind of hopeful that Morthal happens to be under siege once we get there. But for now, 1, 2, 3, I can go here to Southern Watch. And I think that's what we'll do for day 6. Then we have 7, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So we can then go to this unstable spot and then eventually to Morthal. I think that's the game plan now. So we've moved on. We're at day 6. That's Illusions of Grandeur. Your eyes dart back and forth until you spot a striped Khazit furtively. It's not furtively waving. Isn't it furtive? No, furious. Furtively? I don't know. Furtively waving you over. In her hand, she has a small sack that she tries to press into your palm. Her ear twitches. This one has a new strain of moon sugar. For those with open minds, she says, make you strong, make you powerful, take it now and tell others of Khazit and her wares. Stepping back, you appraise your new acquaintance. There is ample evidence she may have sampled her own product, but a burst of strength in battle is always useful, provided the side effects aren't overwhelming. So not unstable, so I don't have to take anything. 1 XP or 2 XP. Each adventurer must exhaust at least 1 available skill die, if possible, but may exhaust up to 5. For each skill die exhausted, they gain 1 bonus HP. Well, I mean, my cooldown's 2. I can exhaust. Well, I'll get one right now. All right, but that's only 1 XP. I can get 2 XP. Each adventurer gains 2 over fatigue. Skip today's adventure rest step. I do not want that. So I'm going to take the 1 XP and bonus HP. I mean, I can exhaust 1 skill dice for my combat for sure. So I get 1 HP then. I guess maybe I won't get greedy. I'll just exhaust here just so I have that double combo of being able to roll those 2 to get myself up to 5. And I won't spend that XP. I'm going to save that up. Easy peasy. Now we move to here under siege. That does put Morthal under siege. Kind of hoping for that challenge, especially because I get the companion. So I hope we actually draw one that has no effect. I don't want to take the fatigue to get there today. So we'll see. Oh, you know what I just realized? On the last one, I'm going to get to recover a health anyway, so I'm actually not going to exhaust this. So then in recovery, I can just recover to full, and I can get this back. Yeah. Sorry for cheating. So now we're just going to go here to an unstable event, and we got combat. I'm excited about that. Let's see what we got. All right, keep away. The main road is too busy for your taste today, so you decide to take an alternate route through some more remote hills and valleys. Far from the road, you notice some unique shapes covered by underbrush. A bit of digging reveals a little visited allied ruin. You consider sticking around to see if any valuables can be salvaged, but you soon hear the rough speech of a gang of bandits who have just made the same discovery. You search your surroundings and glimpse several ancient weapon racks. You have no idea whether their contents are still usable, but you know these ruffians will want to find out. All right, keep away. Let's see. I do have to remember after this, I need to get tenacity. I always forget on these not understable, unstable. Okay. So this is 2 XP. Yay, I love XP. That'll get me to 3. That would allow me to upgrade the cooldown, which is exactly what I want. Adventurers cannot move onto caches. Enemies always move toward an empty and attempt to move on to the closest cache. After an enemy moves onto a cache, each adventurer is dealt 1 true damage and the cache is discarded. Oh, and my party XP went up too, by the way, or as well, up to 7. After an enemy moves on the cache, each adventurer is dealt 1. Okay, got it. Cache is discarded. Battle objective conquer. So we just got to take them out. All right, here's our setup. We have a level 5 Orc Marauder, has aggressive and steel. It's going to try to take my items. It also gets to reroll misses. 2 attack. This one has 2 defense. It is super nasty. 1 range. All right, then we have a wolf. Repost 2. 4 health, 1 range. Rolls 2 attack. I think repost sucks. Let me check. Each turn, the first time this unit is dealt damage by an adjacent opposing unit, it will deal damage back. Okay, that sounds a lot like wolf pups in TMB, right? And wolves. I forget what that baddie skill was. So long as it's not defeated. All right, so if we're adjacent to it, we want to make sure we defeat it. We are mostly dealing with range here, so not that bad. And then we have the Breton Bandit who has steel. We got 2 stealers here, so let's just read steel. When this unit determines a target, roll 1d6. If the result is greater than or equal to the target's current HP, that target discards a non-consumable item from a ready slot. Yeah, that doesn't even that's different than the native, which just has you put it in it takes it out of active. It literally steals your stuff. It's not cool. Not cool at all. All right, so but with all of that said, as they activate, they're going to caches. Every time they hit a cache, I get a true damage. Not good either. I have no tenacity. I can't immediately deploy any companions, so I am going to take true damage. There's no ifs, ands, or but about that. Now, I can probably take this thing out fairly easily because I've got some tools here. I have Iron Great Sword, which I can perform the above effect without gaining over fatigue. So gain 1 over fatigue. I could break it without gaining the over fatigue to add 3 enemy combat dice to this engage. I have to be in 2-handed battle form for that to actually happen. I have the Glyph of Bracing, which enchants a companion. I can do a 2 tenacity interrupt with silver circlet. I'm seeing that you can't quite see this. Let's adjust this view. Maybe we'll throw it over there. We'll be a little messy here for a second. I need a 3D printed kind of dashboard that slots all this stuff in so it stops sliding around on me. The other thing we have to think of is I also have this quest card. So for 3 tenacity, I can apprehend. So if I have 3 tenacity, I can just take an enemy off the board that has 1 HP and, you know, use this in a future town action. But it'll give me an extra town actions and loot. So that's pretty cool too. I'm going to put this next to my board so I remember that this was a unstable encounter here. All right, so I think my game plan is to move up here. I need to get to, do I get adjacent to it and give it the old iron greatsword and take the over fatigue once? Then I can't roll any of my magic because I can do true. So I have to do, it says 6. I can do 2 if there's 2 left. So is there any way to do 4? Basically I have to do 6 with its 2 defense in an attack. And they just don't care about me. And they're all going to run right to these. And I'm going to get 1, 2 true damage. The weird thing is once they make it there, what do? So I can't move on to caches at all. Enemies always move toward and attempt to move on to closest cache. After an enemy moves on to the closest cache, each adventurer is dealt 1 true damage and the cache, it's discarded and then it's just regular battle. So I definitely am going to take some damage here. What to do? 1, 2. They're all going to hit it. Can I stop one from hitting it? If I go 1, 2, it's still going to hit it. So I would have to knock it out. If I go 1, 2 and focus on knocking this guy out, that's more likely. I can do only 1 true damage with this poison I have. Anyways, well, I start my turn by recovering that. I'm going to move 1, 2, and I'm going to roll. Is it kind of a crazy amount? What should I roll at it? I can only get 2 back. I need to do 5 damage. If I roll all 3 of these, okay, I think I got it here. So unfortunately though, so I don't have to resolve all of them, I don't believe. So let's look at what we want to resolve. We had to do 5. We have 2 here free and clear. It gets through 1. He has 3 left. If I resolve this one, I have to do 4 to knock it out, and I have to take 1 true damage. I'm also going to take 2 from over there. So I'm not stopping myself from taking the true damage that I was going to take otherwise. And then I gain 2 tenacity to deal 1 true damage to an adventurer. So do I actually want to resolve all of them? Take 2 true damage. Then I'm going to take another and I'll be down to 2, which then I can use Sirabane's boon to reheal. And then I'm done with that. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Because I will need the tenacity. We're going to do this. We're going to knock this guy out. Not deal with his steel, which is nice. Those go into cooldown. Although they're going to try to move to this cache and I can't get rid of it. So that's actually not going to be gotten rid of. The question is, do I want to engage again and take a fatigue and roll Daedric Summoning? Oh, I have to be adjacent. No. Nope. I'm good. This is fine. It's okay. It's fine. Oh, yeah. I've got to reset this to round 1. All right. So they're going to move there. I'm going to get true damage. Oh, I should have already taken true damage. So there's another. They're going to move on top of this. I'm going to take true damage down to 1. That's discarded. That's discarded. They're going to start moving towards me. It's my turn. Go here. Neither of them could have engaged with me. This one wants to steal. I could immediately, and I will. Well, hold on. Yeah. Use Sirabane's boom to move here. Heal 3 HP. If I put a companion here, it will be able to get in range. So I will probably do that. I've got to recover these dice here. The question is, do I want to get adjacent to be able to also roll this? Or do I want to get adjacent to use Iron Greatsword? Maybe that is what I want to do. Maybe I want to go to 2-handed, move twice. The question is, do I want to overtax Iron Greatsword right now and just get rid of it and not gain the over fatigue? I don't think I am. I'm going to add 3 enemy combat dice to this engage. I'm going to roll my 1 lonely combat dice, add 3. I will take the over fatigue now so I don't forget. I'm targeting here. Steal. It doesn't activate till it determines a target, so I need to just get rid of it. That's all I want to do. Oh boy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy crap. So that does 4. It blocks 2, down to 2. So now I can use the potion. So I will expend the potion and I'm going to do the 2 true damage. It's gone. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is just lovely. Now I'm going to spend 1 tenacity to bring Diving Cliff Racer out. Diving Cliff Racer will move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to move around this way, trying to get to that cache and away from me. This is fine. It's going to do 2 damage back here. But remember, I also get to heal if I lose that. So that's not a bad deal. It's going to roll 2 at Wolf. It hits for 2. Wolf does 2 back because of repost. We're fine. Everything's okay. Now it's going to move 2, but this is now still targetable. It's moving towards that cache. It's going to roll 2. I do have dodge, so that's good. Dodge won't activate because I have no misses, and this is gone. That allows me to heal 3, which I can only heal 1. And we're moving on to round 3. I think I might stay where I am. This is going to get there no matter what next turn. Oh, I'm going to recover this. Over fatigue stays. I might as well just throw... Oh, maybe I do want to be adjacent to it. Oh, no, but then it's going to hit me for 2 if I am. So maybe I'll just roll these 3. I think I can take it out with 3. Wolf's my target. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus the tenacity and true damage. We easily take it out. Question is, do I want to take the true damage? Yeah, for 2 tenacity, I'll make that trade. So we'll go down to 3. We are now successful with this clash. Okay, I also get, so I'm up to 3. How much tenacity do I get on a unstable? 2 tenacity. So now I'm up to 5 tenacity, ready to use Feral Guardian for the first time in this next encounter. This is exciting. Did I forget to change the day? I'm pretty sure we were on 7 because I was timing it. I think I was. Yeah, I think I saw my XP and thought it was already at 7. I'm pretty sure I'm at 7 going into 8. Okay, so 3 XP. Oh, first we have to resolve. Hopefully we get this same symbol. Oh, so it doesn't change? Yay, that's great. That means Morthal will be under siege for this kind of final step in this quest. I'm excited about that. That is fun. I will get rid of 1 over fatigue. I will heal for 1 right now, which I am fine with. 3 XP. I'm going to increase cooldown. Spend it all. Oh, my party XP goes up to 9. And this is done. Done and done. Successful. Moving on to day 8. Take my word for it. We are moving up to Morthal, and we will do this encounter here. All right, so this is the setup here. This is town. This is town square. These are all of the different shops that are in town. So if you want to take any of those actions, you have to make it there. However, our EP is sitting at 9 right now, so we have a 5 and 4 1s here. Breton Bandit, we know, we just saw, likes to steal. Decay Stalwart, Drogar, don't know how to say it. 5 health, 1 range, throws 2 combat, 1 defense. R5 is the Red Guard Marauder, Shatter and Steal, another stealer. I don't want him to take my items, so that sucks. I basically have to get through those 3 before I can make it here, although these are going to start moving. This one, Argonian Bandit, has 3 range, another 3 range by the Khazit Bandit. We have archers everywhere. Like, this is going to be tough. The thing is once I get in here and I engage, and if I pass it, then we win. Like, that's the quest step. The problem is you have to make a roll on with some mage skill dice and basically I not have misses. The other option, I have to discard 2. Oh, I don't even have 2 legendaries. Oh, I can't even do that. So I have to basically roll 2 non-misses with mage skill dice. All right. This is going to be rough. All right, so starting off, I'm going to move 2 here. I'm basically throwing everything at the Red Guard Marauder. Shatter. Oh, what does it have? Shatter doesn't sound good. That sounds like break. I haven't come across Shatter yet. None of us like break. We've played TMB. Well, each turn, the first time this unit is engaged by an adventurer who is not overtaxing an item, that adventurer must discard a weapon from a ready slot after the engage. Okay, so I can discard. Okay, this is what I'm going to do to get around that right now. The first time it's engaged. Okay, so this first time I'm engaged, I am here two-handed. First, I got to recover before I do anything. What am I thinking? Okay. I'm in two-handed. I'm going to attack here. I'm going to use Iron Greatsword and overtack so I can get around that shattered effect. I'm going to add 3 enemy combat die to this engage. This is gone. I don't have to deal with shatter this engagement. We're going to roll 4 at him. Has 5 health. We'd love to hit for 6 and knock him out. 1 shot. So let's try to 1-shot it. No. But we do 2 instead. That wasn't quite worth it, was it? Okay, well, so now I will flip to magic battle form here. I'm going to do a second engage, so I will take fatigue on here. I will throw everything I have at this one. Once again, I've got to do some major damage here. Okay, well, so I do a true damage for that result. This result allows me to gain 2 tenacity and deal a true damage. Plus I get another tenacity here. So before I do that, I'm going to spend all tenacity and we're going to put Feral Guardian in. And then I'll gain my 3, take my 1 true damage. So I'm basically done here. Question is, do I want to heal myself? I hope that this can do 2 damage with 3 dice. It would need to do 3 damage with 3 dice. Then this is going to be rolling at me. We don't want to have to deal with Shattered again. Oh, although I don't have any other weapons. All right, I'm going to have Feral Guardian go and roll here. It's going to roll 3. I needed to roll 3. Whoa. To get past that defense. Let's go. Okay, we got it easily. Easily. This is gone. Shattered doesn't proc. This is fine. This one's going to go. And I guess we'll go here. That will draw its target. And it's going to roll 3. And it does have native and daze. It will daze. Native won't matter for this instance. Daze, however, is just fine. It's not going to really matter at this point. So it's going to target here. Give it daze. It's going to throw 3 dice. We need, what do we need for? 5. 4. Dang, so only 3 get through. It's got the 1 defense. Slivered down to 1. However, what I can do now is apprehend an adjacent non-quest humanoid enemy for 3 tenacity and place it on this card. During the next town encounter in which there's at least 1 enemy on this card, complete this quest, gain 1 XP during the day's reward. So this will give me extra XP. And then I can draw legendary and take an additional town action. This cool. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend the 3 tenacity to get rid of them. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful little thing. So that's the side quest that I've been forgetting about. Lucky for me, I had been forgetting about it. All right, so now all these little jerks are going to activate. So this will target here. Roll 2. I have got some defense here, so good luck. And no, it's missing. So you're done. This one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 will actually target both of us with 1 roll. It will hit. This could be bad. This could be bad. During my turn, I'm going to have to heal. 1, 2, 3. It's going to move here, and it's going to gain both of us as targets. I could lose this right here. And it rolls 2. Anything I can do, I just spent, it's not my turn. I just spent all my tenacity. I don't have anything. I might have to use that guild assist right out of the gates here. Not fun. So, and actually, did I need to have used the guild assist before I died? Is that the technical? I was feeling, that's how fast this freaking game can get you, man. You can feel really good. That was a wonderful turn. Honestly, wonderful turn. But then it's just like, I got 2 3 range level 1s, 1 rolling 2. Like, come on. That's crazy. I didn't even look up their skills. And I get 1 light fatigue. I would have gotten there. So it would have to be during battle at the end of any battle round, including defeated ones. Okay, that's fine. So we're actually at the end of a round as soon as that happens. Although this one just hit here for 3. That would have healed me 3. That got knocked out, by the way, based upon the Warden. All right, so I immediately heal to max to 5. All adventures, including defeated ones. instantly back up to full health. Fatigue, all light fatigue and over fatigue are removed, so that's gone. I recover all these dice. It's just basically like a full reset. I hate to do it here in this first session. 1 common item card and 1 legendary. This is helpful on a 2-handed build, not particularly helpful for me. And then we get a Mammoth Rib Nord Striders. For 1 tenacity for the rest of your turn, you may move through occupied hexes and move an additional 2 hexes during this action. All right, whatever. That's fine. All right, so that is that. We go to round 2, and all I need to do is move 2, roll all of these, and get to 2 successes. So then we'll roll those. Whoops. I just need 2 successes, which I already have. Those all get exhausted, and I can end the encounter now for the success. By doing so, I get 1 XP and a town action. Plus, I get a town action and a 1 XP from this quest that I just fulfilled because I have turned in 1 of the bad guys. So that's taken care of. And I get to draw legendary loot here. Hopefully it helps me. Bloodthorn Signet. Discard this item during a town encounter to gain additional town actions equal to 5 minus your people. Wow. You may distribute these town actions among adventurers if desired. Wow, that's huge. That's a big boon here. That's done. So now I have 2 town actions because of all of this. Oh, my party XP goes up to 11. And Morthal is where we are. 2 common, 2 legendary. Everything is open since I just used the guild assist. I don't have to go to the inn. I can pull another quest and take an item. That's not that great. It takes up a slot, and I expend it, and you can use a consumable twice essentially. When damage would defeat a party member, add 1 HP chip to this dog to prevent all of the damage dealt, including true damage. Wow. Once there are 2 HP on the ship, discarded. All right, well, we're going to take that as 1, and we'll take a quest as the other, which we'll go over in a little bit. Starting to stack some loot. I'm 1 away from my max. That is all of that. That's recovery. And I'm going to use my XP now to get that level 2 Daedric summoning, the expert summoner. That will be nice. We'll recover 1 during recovery, and we need to set the Under Siege town to that symbol. We move on to day 9 and move on to the next part of this quest. All right, just got back from dinner, put on a hat, so now I'm ready to finish this session off here. All right, so we moved on to C03, roots and all. However, we're going to talk a little bit about first blood crabs. This is the quest that I picked up, side quest that I picked up. Blood crabs. A Khazit cutthroat recoils as a caged mud crab snips at his eye. Drawing blood, his winces turn to laughter as he sees you approach. Ain't she a proper beaut? Khazit been looking for someone to give her a little exercise. Level 1 mud crab becomes a companion controlled by the party. I love companions. The mud crab only deploys with full HP the first time it is deployed. So that is a rule. Your companions will constantly deploy with their full HP. For all subsequent battles, it deploys with the same amount of HP it had at the end of the previous battle. When the mud crab is deployed, it gains a blind status die. If the mud crab is defeated, this quest is failed. After the mud crab defeats an enemy, place the defeated enemy chip underneath the mud crab's stack. For each enemy chip underneath the mud crab, its combat stat is increased by 1. Oh, that's pretty cool. The mud crab keeps the chips between battles. If the mud crab has at least 3 enemy chips underneath it at the end of battle, complete this quest and discard the mud crab. Gain 1 XP and set this quest aside. It may now be discarded while in town to give an adventurer an additional shop action if the town has a shop. If this side quest is discarded while the mud crab is in battle, it becomes an enemy and retains its current stats. Oh, cool. Hey, first one I pulled, mud crab. Mud crab has stalwart. He's pretty benign here out of the gates, although if he starts smacking people around, if I can keep it alive at least, and the Warden does have some ways to kind of to manipulate that a little bit. So it has Stalwart. This unit cannot lose more than 1 HP in a single turn. Okay. It's got some potential there. I'm excited about that. All right, now on to presumably the last step in our session/quest. So this is Roots and All. The strangest thing happens as you analyze the bloodborne samples. Sorry, I'm trying to read from across the table. Before your eyes, vines start to sprout out of the seeds you gathered, snaking their way down the floor and attempting to find purchase in any crack or seam. You ask the herbalist, an Argonian named Befriends Ivy, for help. After helping you prune the vines, she looks at the array of ruined plants in puzzlement. This matches up with the out-of-control growth you've described, she says. In my work, I've learned that careful sorcerers can use specially cultivated bloodthorn to control the growth and movement of other plants. This is helpful in some of their rituals, when they might need to call additional vines to them after they've been used. She trails off. You know enough about bloodthorn to understand her meaning. Some reach folk might want to recycle the plants after the zombie they were reanimating has outlived its usefulness. Everything you've learned so far leads you to believe that the incidence of the bloodthorn growth can be linked back to a single source. Considering that the vines you observed seem to want to burrow underground, and that the recent incursions around Skyrim originate from Blackreach, you're willing to bet the source of the trouble is down there. Karzug points out Greymore Keep, a nexus of Blackreach civilization. It shows it's just a short-lived ride away. I'd be up for blasting some vampires, she says with a grin. All right, so our quest objective: travel to lift the Greymore Keep and initiate Greymore Keep dungeon. Oh, my first dungeon. We'll see if this fits on my table. That's the one thing I've been worried about in these playthroughs, is once I get to a dungeon, what's going to happen? So, and then we're going to use the end of session difficulty EP, recommended by day 12. So we are now on day 9. Place adventurer additional caches adjacent. So it would be 1 additional cache adjacent to blood nexus hexes. Each cache must be placed adjacent to different blood nexus. Then reduce the total number of HP chips in the blood nexus by the amount of items set aside in quest step A01. So that's 3. That's not bad. If you set aside items in excess of the blood nexus HP, for every 2 items set aside after that amount, remove 1 cache chip from the dungeon. Quest unit Karzog Gra Magul and the Fighters Guild Envoy are companions controlled by the party. That is so cool. Oh, do I still have that? I still have... Oh, what was the... I think I discarded whatever that fighter envoy was. I think I just put it away. I might have to draw another level 10. I can't remember what that was. Oh, well. So both of them don't have a 0 defense stat. In this dungeon, cache chips are bloodthorns and cannot be lockpicked. Each time an adventurer loses HP or bonus HP, place the lost HP chips 1 at a time in occupied hexes adjacent to bloodthorn or another HP chip. Only a single HP chip can be placed per hex. These HP chips are bloodthorn vines. Hexes and bloodthorn vines are impassable. Adventurers and Karzug Gra Magul may target and damage bloodthorns. Bloodthorn vines like enemies, but they are otherwise not considered enemies. Bloodthorn vines can lose HP due to enemy skill Siphon. Bloodthorn is only defeated when it is dealt, well, in this case, it would be 1 damage in a single engage. Level 20. Vampire cannot lose HP. Level 20 Vampire cannot lose HP, be defeated, or otherwise be removed from play until all bloodthorn vines, and blood nexus have been defeated. Wow. Well, now I have to see, where's the dungeon set up? Is it in the back of this, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah. I might be able to fit that on the table. We're going to have to zoom out and raise the camera a bit to get it on there, but I think we could do it. All right, well, let's go to Greymore Keep, huh? Check out the map here real quick. Hey, I found that quest envoy. It's right at the top of the bag, thank goodness. All right, let's map this thing out. Let's see what we can do. So we have to get to a lift. It's probably on the other side of the map, I'm guessing. Why am I missing this? Oh, it's right next to me. Okay, well, I'm 9. I have to get there by day 12. The big question here is, what do I need to do? All right, so we can kind of jump around a little bit, maybe get into some trouble, level up, because I could go right next to us just for a peaceful. Oh, our quest. Yeah, I mean, we probably want to get into a battle and try to complete this side quest in Blood Crabs, which is to have it defeat 3 enemies. We have, well, unfortunately right now our EP is 11, so we're going to have a 10 and a 1, and that's going to be fairly difficult, and certainly difficult to get 3 enemy chips underneath it. Another thing to consider is to upgrade to Master Warden. I would need to defeat a level 10 with the Diving Cliff Racer or Feral Guardian. So there is that. I haven't had a whole lot of luck in synergistic loot this time around, which is sort of unfortunate. I will say I would like to go back to town and get this filled up if possible. That's expended. And this will give me a bunch of town action, so that's how I'll be able to do it eventually. And the Gerald Rescue Dog, I probably need to put it in because it will give us a couple of get out of the jail free cards. Silver Circlet makes sense. Glyph of Bracing makes sense to have. I'm not particularly attached to this mammoth rib, so although it'll probably have a more application than the Scamp Crusher that has to be in kind of this two-handed battle stance. So all right, so I think my best bet is to pop over here to the Labyrinthian and initiate a conflict. All right, we have Mud Crab Crossing. Interesting. We also have a Mud Crab Blood Crabs quest. Survival in Skyrim wastes is anything but guaranteed, and that's double true in the age of these Blackreach invaders. Perhaps you would do well to observe the life cycle of the lowly mud crab, which proliferates even in inhospitable climates like this one. Or at least that's what you thought when you captured this mud crab. Oh, this is interesting. Now I have a mud crab so we probably can't do this. I don't think there'll be another mud crab. We'll see what it says. In no time at all, it became a pet and then a treasured companion. This is odd. This is odd timing for this to come out. Now as your travels are interrupted by an attack of no good highwaymen, all you can think about is making sure Muddy is shepherded to safety as soon as possible. All right, we have a clash here. Yeah, it like gives me the mud crab for one. Chip theory, what do I do here? I literally have mud crab as a 3 health companion. However, here I need to deploy 1 level 1 mud crab to Hex A, which is all the way across. When the mud crab is dealt damage, an adventurer adjacent to it may choose to redirect damage to themselves. And enemies with the infinity targeting instead of 2 targeting, this encounter has failed if mud crab is defeated. So you're just trying to get mud crab across. How to deal with this? I really like this draw. I like this clash. Unfortunately, I have mud crab as a side quest. Is there a second mud crab? This is the question. I would hope if you put in a side quest and a quest that calls for a mud crab, you have 2. I'm guessing though, it's probably not the case. No second mud crab. Unfortunately, I think if I draw another one, it's going to be a crappy one. Well, I guess maybe what I do is act as if I have another mud crab. So I'll find something that's another 3 health, 1 range, 1/1. Let's see if there's another one of those. We'll just use one as a proxy. Well, I guess it doesn't even matter. I just want it to say, here, we're going to pretend our Breton Bandit here is our 1 health mud crab, and it has Stalwart, and that's going to be sitting across. All right, this should be pretty interesting here because, oh, here, let me swap it so you can see. Because we've got to get to here and get this thing moving, protect it. I have a companion. I have no tenacity. I've got a couple of so-so items. I am getting more powerful here. I have some things at my disposal. I would love to get this defeated by either a mud crab or by another companion that I can summon, so I can upgrade Warden or do this quest. Little side note, I love these quests. I love these companions. I love this idea of companions. It really helps out the solo game. I don't know how it balances in the multiplayer game, but I can just say it's just fun. It's a fun thing. So I don't know quite what my strategy is here. So we should probably look at what we're going after. So we have level 10, recover and rot. That's not good. So rot, after this unit is defeated by an adventurer, the adventurer gains 1 over fatigue. So not the best. Not awful though. Recover though sucks. I know that does. I think he just gets 1 HP every time. Yeah, it heals for 1 HP. Heals for the number of adventurers. He's going to target lowest level, which is here. He's going to want to get there. He has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already in range. So he's going to be going straight for our proxy mud crab. This as well is easily going to go there. Basically, everything's in range. So we're just going to have to tank this. All right, let's do it. It's go time. You ready? Let's set this. Round 1. Let's see what we can do. Oh, and this has divert, which sucks because you can't defeat it until it's at 1 health. It also has dodge, so any misses are essentially defense for it. All right, so I'm at range now. What I don't want is it to be them to be able to target it and myself at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I get any closer, here can target. Oh, this is kind of tricky here. I'd have to move all the way back into this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can still hit me there. 1, 2. It can hit there. There's not a place on this map that this won't also target. Although it's going to target this mud crab and this mud crab because they're the lowest level here, or lowest strength. I think it goes level and then HP. I guess it's just HP because there's no level on adventurers. Yeah, I think we just have to throw everything we have at this. This is going to do the most damage. I'm going to recover these 3. Now my question is, do I come up on it so I can also... I do have a new dice option in Daedric Summoning. This is Expert Summoner. So the combat stat and movement of companions you control are increased. Oh, so this is multiple. Holy crap. And this goes into active and ticks down. So I want to throw... I probably want to engage twice, frankly. So I'm going to move up on it because I'm going to need to be adjacent for one of these Daedric Summonings. I will throw these. Oh, I should probably just throw all of the attack to get through whatever the defense only 1 time instead of throwing attack 2 separate engages and having to deal with defense twice. So targeting Goblin, Shaman. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's a really awful roll. Oh, jeez. Well, 1 tenacity on the miss on the one that I really wanted. Ah, that sucks. Chip Theory, what are you doing to me with these rolls? 2 tenacity to deal 1 true damage to any adventurer. I could gain 4. I could basically get my other companion out by taking a couple of true damage here, but I'm also going to have to tank damage elsewhere. Damn it. And I did do 4 damage, so I definitely want to do that. I want to do this, and he eats 1 and does 3. So that's one thing. The other thing is 2 tenacity to deal 1 true damage. So I can do that twice here. I'm down to 2. I'm at 5. I will immediately deploy for 5 tenacity Feral Guardian for 5. He has Maim. We'll put him right there. So I'm not worried about being able to take this out. Now the question is, do I take it out? Do I attempt? Well, I guess I should probably attempt to take it out with Feral Guardian and just upgrade Warden. However, if he fails, maybe he slivers him, then maybe I have a chance at rolling a 2 with Mud Crab. But before I do that, I'm going to engage a second time and take fatigue. And I'm doing it just to roll this 1 dice to make all my companions more powerful. This is what I just upgraded, Expert Summoner, although there's a high chance of a miss here. No, all right. Okay, so there we go. It's at 2. So now... the combat stat and movement of companions you control are increased by X. So by 2. After one of these companion engages, reduce the die by 1. It sucks that one of them will engage. So does it make sense to move Mud Crab up here and engage first? You know what? It's honestly way more valuable to get this 10 under Feral Guardian's belt. So that's what I'm doing. We are going to roll 5 enemy combat dice. I don't even have 5 enemy combat dice here. Am I tripping, or is there not 5 enemy combat dice? What? So it's rolling 3. All right, well, I guess I'll roll 4 and then 1 more if I even need it. Oh, I might need it here. Okay, well, I'll roll one more. We got 2 misses. That does 1. He's down to 1. Okay, good. All right, so we get it. We immediately upgrade Warden. Let's go. So difference in Warden is from one side to the other. I think Dive is the same where we get the... you know what I should have done? Now I can't even reach this one. That sucks. So I can heal a party member in sight for 3 HP instead of 2 with Bond with Nature. That gets more powerful. Living Vines goes from an Enduring that lets a beast companion heal for 1. It does the same thing. Huh, Enduring after. So that's not any more. Is it less expensive? No, it's still 3. Okay. Savage Beast take an immediate turn for an adjacent non-quest enemy as if it's a companion controlled by you. That's pretty cool. I've never actually used it, and that is brand new. Advanced species, a companion may immediately move 2 hexes and engage. If it's a beast, it may move 2 additional hexes, increase combat stat by 2. That is now 3, and it used to be 4. So that just got cheaper, which is great. Feral Guardian is still Feral Guardian at 5. So I'm upgraded to Master now. This is fine. Unfortunately now, all this guy can do is move 2 there. Oops. And... I'm going to have to eat health here. So I have to use my race ability right this second. I'm going to heal for 3 HP and I got to move myself back here. So I'm back to full HP. I'm back here. I had to do that because this wants to target the 2 weakest and it's within 4 range and it would have targeted me. Now it's going to target this and this mud crab. Mud crab can only lose 1 HP at a time. So that is my turn. Oh, and now that ticked down because we did engage. All right. So it's going to target. It's going to only throw 1. Let's see what it does. Hits for 1 here. But Mud Crab does have defense. So we're good. Mud Crab over here has defense. So we're good. Round 2. Recover. Get rid of a fatigue. This goes back up here. I basically need to get adjacent to do anything. Oh, did this have loot? Did I forget that? It does. It does. What am I doing? So we have an item up or a cache up here, and we have another one down here, down there. Okay. All right. So for my turn, I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, move twice, leave it there. We're going to bring this up here. We're going to soften it up, hopefully, so Mud Crab can take the W. Now it does have divert, meaning it's got to be to 1 HP. So no matter what, it's going to get attacked. And this has maim, which will put maim status on it. And then basically it's not going to ever do anything unless it rolls a 2 because its combat is cut in half. All right. So we're just going to keep rolling here. Now we can roll 4 now for this active skill dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would have knocked it out, but it's down to 1 now because of divert. This is exhausted. That is done. This is going to move 2. Let's hope Mud Crab could get its first victim. All it's got to do is roll 1. That's all you got to do. Don't miss. Let's go. Mud Crab eats it. Done. All right, that's first of 3 on that side quest. That feels pretty good. Oh, you know what I've been forgetting is to move this thing. Well, I guess let's just run through the motions. I forgot that this is actually a companion. Oh, well, because it hasn't ended yet. So we're going to go to 3, and I'm just going to go here. Because I think, I just have to get... The encounter is successful if at the end of the round, the Mud Crab and all undefeated adventurers are occupying the entrance tile. All right, so I'm going to go here first for first movement. And we're going to try to open this sucker up. All right, we have 4 attempts. 5 is our key digit. No. 1 attempt done. Okay, we got 5, 3, 4, 6. None of those work. Did I just have a 6 and I just swiped it up? So 3, and I can take on 2 light fatigue, which I'll go ahead and do. Oh, and I recovered these this time around. All right, so this is unlocked. I own it. Ooh, 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 ooh. Check it out. All right, Lothan's Burning Crutch. I'm excited. It's a weapon needing to be used in magic battle form. Let's hope it's good. After this engage, you may take 1 true damage to move your target up to 2 hexes. Really? After this engage, you may take 1 true damage to move your target up to 2 hexes. So the problem with that is they just move anyways. I mean, this certainly synergizes with something like stealth Yeah, I mean, it would help with that. Overtax, roll 2 status dice with this engage. You must apply 1 to your target and gain the other. Severely disappointed in that, for sure. Situationally might be okay, but for legendary, so to my, for my experience, has been less situational. So anyways, so I moved 1, then 2, and then 1, 2 again. That's my actions. We're going to move 1, 2. We're going to move 1, 2. We're going to move 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh no. I guess I shouldn't have moved those first. Should be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1. Now we got it. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we have 2 XP now. Brilliant. Oh, I guess I would have recovered all of this stuff. Got rid of that. All right. It's 2 XP. Do I want to spend said XP anywhere, or do I want to save it? So we can we could go level 3 with Destruction Staff. At this point, we're at 2. We have lots of options at level 3. Ancient Knowledge at level 4 is insane. It's so good. So I'll let you check it out here. So level 4, we definitely want to get to. So for each available Mage Constellation type skill dice, deal 1 damage and heal for 1 HP. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, presumably at that point. That is freaking nuts. I need that. And I'll need 5 XP in total. I have 2 because I have to pick between Pulsar, Elemental Drain, and Elemental Rage. So Pulsar, deal 2 true damage to your target, then apply a blind status to it after engage, gaining blind status die yourself. Or deal 2 true damage to your target and 1 true damage to each unit adjacent to your target. Oh, that is so cool. All units that take damage from this skill then gain a blind status die. After this engage, gain blind status die yourself. That's kind of cool. That's a nice little thematic. You blinded yourself with your magic. It was too crazy. Or Elemental Drain. Apply this die to your target. When the enemy this die is applied to is defeated, apply this die to an enemy adjacent to it. Then deal that new enemy 2 true damage. If there are no adjacent enemies when this skill would trigger, recover this die. I don't know about that. That seems okay. Doesn't seem awful. Or Elemental Rage. Choose a cache in range and deal a total of X damage distributed as you choose among units within 2 hexes of the cache. Then discard the cache from play. What a fun little dice. Holy crap. That is fun. Pulsar seems really good, but it does have the drawback of blinding yourself. And I believe that just makes you have to only target the strongest adjacent unit. So I could technically be targeting one of my companions. Elemental Rage seems like the fun pick. That seems like if I can pull that off, it's insane. Because if you see there, I don't know if it's too small, but it's 2 misses, a 5, 5, 5, and 7. Choose a cache in range, deal a total of 5 to 7 damage, distributed as you choose among units within 2 hexes of the cache. Then discard the cache from play. Like, how do you not do that? Slot it in. 2 XP on my way to Ancient Knowledge, which is insanely overpowered. I love it. Love it. What am I doing? Don't put that away. All right. We do have to do the end of... Oh, and I've got to recover. 1, 2, 3. I'm full health. Nothing to recover. Oh, why am I drawing that? Draw this. And we will set the town under siege marker to there. And we're moving on. Oh, XP went up to 13. I'm happy. It looks like we will probably be at that end game XP level, which feels good. You don't want to be under leveled there. Okay, so it still remains we need to get here. Now, this is now under siege. Morthal's under siege again. I could go here for day 10, go here for day 11, or here, and then back. Maybe that's what we'll do. A peaceful Morthal market. Let's see what we get here. All right, Vicious Vines. You hear a strange scraping around, a sound across the snow. Looking around for the source of the noise, you spot an assortment of spiky vines, worming and twisting their way towards you in an alarming pace. You've heard stories of Reach Folk's bloodthorn vines, magically augmented plants frequently used in Reach's religious rites. Rumor has it that many of Skyrim's bloodthorn varieties have lately been subject to burst out of control growth. You seem to be witnessing a confirmation of those stories. When a bloodthorn wraps itself around a living subject, it can alter the mind so quickly. Begin looking for an escape route. Move party token 3 hexes away. Oh, that's easy. Or each adventurer chooses a skill line to untrain and draws a random line to replace it. No way. There's no way I'm doing that. I'm so glad this was not an unstable encounter where I had to choose that. So easy. XP, it goes to 14. I add 1, which I will hold on to. We know what we're saving for. 1, 2, 3. We'll move away here. We will say la vie to that. Nothing to recover. We will change. Oh, what was? It's now the same. Under siege, symbol stays the same. Now, however, we are going into day 11, and I think we might just move to this, just roll the dice and move to this unstable spot here. I'm just showing you the wrong thing. So we were here. We had to move 3 spots away up to here. We just moved 1 to this unstable spot. Let's roll for it. I don't know what I'm hoping for. Maybe town. Look at some items. Nope. That's fine. I like that too. We do need to get Blood Crab going here. I forgot about Blood Crab. He needs 2 more victims. Or Mud Crab. He says a thirst for blood. Let's see what we got here. Cold discomfort. It's cold, so very cold, and your reaction time is suffering. You've been on your feet for what feels like an age. The sun is scraping the horizon, and all you can think about is sleep. Skyrim has a way of dulling the senses. Of course, it would be at this moment that a party of bandits crests its snow-covered hill ahead of you. You shake from the chill, and your bones attempt to mount a defense. I feel a clash coming. Yes, we have a clash. This is unstable, so we got to take the top. 3 XP. This sucks. Set the round counter to U+1. So we start in round 2. This is going to be difficult. You cannot retreat from this battle. Conquer. I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff here. This isn't rocket science. However, the EP now is 14. This is a dangerous range. The moment before you go, I'd much rather have 15. This is always the case in Too Many Bones as well. I never felt like that moment right before you cross that like 5 threshold or like the 20 baddie threshold. I'd almost always rather have that much tougher one than the 3 others. In this case, 4 others. So it's a 10 and 4 ones that we're dealing with. The good news is we're kind of wrecking house now, I think. And I've said that before. Oh, I need to draw the 10 first. So the crazy thing here is if I get the XP, I can either go nuts, spend 3 to get that last level 4 crazy battle mage dice or whatever, destruction staff, or go cooldown 4. And cooldown 4, I think, is just kind of nuts. I'm thinking ahead. I actually just jinxed myself. I'm going to lose this for sure. Yeah, definitely going to lose this for sure. I got this ogre. We've seen ogre before. 7. He's stout. There's no denying that. He is aggressive, which have him reroll misses. Native, which, what is it? Frozen, freeze. So items are getting thrown into my pack if we don't neutralize him quickly. I love the just kind of the mental math that you do in this game, trying to kind of think about mitigation and what you're having to deal with and how all of these different skills are going to interact. It's a lot to keep track of, and that's why I make so many mistakes, but it's just fun to me, at least. Like, as you see my other videos, I don't do a ton of dudes on the map type stuff, mini games, all of that. I enjoy some stuff, you know. Cthulhu Death May Die recently, this obviously, and I have I think Primal on the way, which I'm really excited about. But it really needs to be mechanically solid, really thinky. I really appreciate so far the minimization of story. I know some people, especially that love Elder Scrolls, it's kind of, that's where it shines. Bethesda's never really shined in combat, whether it be gunplay or in the Elder Scrolls series. It's always all been kind of clunky, but it's those little side quests and fun little things that you can find through exploration that really make it shine. I know that's in general where a lot of the love is and why it's still played today. But I appreciate the Chip Theory really kind of leaning into what they do well. They're not trying to make a narrative game. I mean, certainly there's plenty of little fun little things in here when you kind of read through the side quests and these encounters and such, but it's still incredibly mechanically solid, as long as you don't mind rules overhead, of course. Oh, where am I? I'm just blabbering along, not knowing where this orc needs to go. Here. All right, this is it. We have Mud Crab. We have myself here. We've got a big aggressive ogre trying to eat my items or have them thrown back. We have an aggressive orc bandit at 4-1. We have an enfeeble Argonian bandit. This is range of 3. Pretty tame wolf over here. We've already seen that in this playthrough. We have a decay and stalwart Draugr, which we've also seen. I mean, this is clearly is our biggest threat here, the thing in which we need to take out as soon as possible. Well, what do I have at my disposal? I have no tenacity right now. I have, what do I want to put in the pack? I think I just got to go with what I have, which isn't particularly exciting. I have to remember that this Gerald rescue dog, which by the way, awesome little rescue dog here. When damage would defeat a party member, add 1 HP. So that can happen twice. Basically, prevent all HP from a fatal blow, which is really nice to have in a situation like this. Because this is frankly pretty tough. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. I can use this Glyph of Bracing, which I probably should pretty soon. An enchanted companion. It gains enemy skill Divert, which is, that's what the thing that stops you from being defeated. That wouldn't make sense with Mud Crab because Mud Crab has Stalwart already, so it can only lose 1 HP at a time. So we'll hold on to that. All right, range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we just got to take all these guys out. So if I choose this cache, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I hit on Elemental Rage, it'll do 5 to 7 damage to those two. That's so cool. That's what we're rolling, you know? We're just going to go big. Oof. The question is, am I then choosing 2 targets? So I have a target of the cache, but then I also choose a target. So I would choose here. If I hit on that, I mean, I could do a ton of damage right now or not, but we're going to do it. We're going to roll all 4 at Ogre. Well, we're going to roll Elemental Rage at this cache. It is in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one would be kind of crazy too. Anyways. All right, so I will engage here. Let's see what we get. Well, I like this. All right, so we do hit the 5. We'll read it. Once again, choose a cache in range and deal a total of, in this case, 5 damage distributed as you choose amongst the units with 2 hexes. Then discard the cache from play. So this cache is gone. We also do 2, so it's a total of 7. This has defense of 2, so 5 get through. We want that in the front to recover. I would love to roll that again next turn. And that does not drain either. I mean, the counter there is there's 3 misses on that. So rolling 5 and 7, of course, would be insane. 7 would have one-shotted him with the Force Shock 2 damage result. So now, I got 2 tenacity. Oh, the other thing I didn't talk about with Warden is after my Beast Companion is defeated, I heal myself for 3 HP and gain 1 tenacity. Unfortunately, well, okay, Mud Crab now is actually throwing 2 out. So he has a chance at possibly hitting here, but he's got to do 3 damage. That's not very likely. What's more likely is him working over here at Orc Bandit. Now, I could deploy right this second Diving Cliff Racer for 1. The problem is this 2 defense. Oh, the other thing about that dice, the Elemental Rage and dealing with caches, it destroys the cache. So like this, you can't get the cache either. So there's a good balance there, although it is incredibly powerful. I just don't know if I throw these companions out, if there's just any chance at all we hit on that. Now I could take Fatigue to roll Expert Summoner and hope I hit to give extra dice. I don't know that that's worth it. All right, so we will deploy this. We're going to throw here. We're going to have it jump here. This is probably a dumb move trying to go after this thing because we've got to do 3 to even hit. We're rolling 2 on both of them. Both of them we need to roll 3 to take them out. That is just not likely whatsoever. I'm much more, and this thing's going to be a problem. Stalwart, you can only lose 1 HP at a time. Oh, but it does get dealt 1 true damage each time. That's what decay is. That's the balance there. That's why that one is kind of crazy. All right, well, we'll just pop over here, start dealing with this here. We're gonna roll 2 at Orc Bandit. We hit for 2, only 1 gets through. Then we can go here. Mud Crab's gonna throw at Orc Bandit as well. Hits for 2, 1 gets through. Okay, they are going to start to activate. So this is going to move here, throw 3, has aggressive, so it will re-roll. Any misses once. No misses to re-roll. 3, although we have Stalwart, so we only lose 1. This is fine. And I have to remember, we do have Gerald the Rescue Dog. Good old Gerald the Rescue Dog. It might come in and help us out. Okay, gosh, I don't even know who activates. I guess it's... So the level 10 will go first. And then 5 health, 4 health. It'll probably be Draugr. Which he'll move 2. He has to get within 1, and he will not. Now with Decay, I don't think it has to engage. No. It's dealt 1 true damage. That was sort of smart, even though I didn't really do the calculus over here. So Wolf is going to move 2 spots. Nothing's going to happen. Argonian Bandit will move here and engage Mud Crab. Roll 1. All right, Mud Crab loses 1. Mud Crab's down to 1. I might have to use a freaking Gerald the Rescue Dog here. Orc Bandit is actually not going to target. Oh no, it's going to target 2. That sucks. Well, I'm just going to roll 2. So old Gerald the Rescue Dog is probably going to have to come and play here. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm going to block all damage on Mud Crab. When damage would defeat a party member, add 1 HP chip to this to prevent all of the damage. So Gerald the Rescue Dog, which is probably stupid to save the Mud Crab. I don't know what I'm thinking, but we also did do 2. Oh no, Mud Crab has a defense. What am I thinking? I don't need to do that. So before we actually did not lose, right? He was at 2. He just defended 1, so now he's down 1. I don't have to use Gerald the Rescue Dog yet. We did 2 here. 1 went through. Although it does have dodge, which doesn't matter. Okay. Round 3. We'll recover these 3. 1, 2. So we are going to start off by getting in range of this. 1, 2, 3. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I move here, I also want to be adjacent for my next engage here. I'm going to target Ogre, but then also throw Elemental Rage at this cache. The cache will be able to hit those. Or do I target this, go for Elemental Cache? No, I want to make sure Ogre gets knocked out. All right, targeting Ogre. Let's see what we get. All right, we did not get what we wanted here. I'll tell you that right now. So we did get a 4 shot of 2, which is blocked. And then we got the 2 tenacity. So we lose 2, 3, 1 tenacity for that, 2 for that, true damage to myself. The 2 gets blocked. Absolute travesty. What I should have done is also rolled this. I was an idiot for not doing that. Oh, that's sad. All right, so we're going to spin for advanced species. 3. A companion may immediately move 2 hexes. If it is a beast, it may move 2 additional hexes, and its combat stat may be increased by 2. So we're going to go with Mud Crab here. Mud Crab already has a combat stat of 2 because of its defeated enemy. It's also going to get 2 more. So it's going to roll 4 at Ogre for advanced species. And it is the beast type. So all of this works. We need to do 4. 4 for 4 damage. It's doable. It's also missable. We know that. Let's go. 4 blocks 2. He's gone. Mud Crab eats him. Mud Crab's 2/3 of the way there. We take out the level 10. All right. So now all my companions also have a turn. He's going to continue to decay. Orc Bandit, we've got to do 3 damage to knock him out. He's got aggressive. Well, he's also, Mud Crab's now rolling 3. So maybe we'll have Mud Crab go here at Orc Bandit. 1, 2. He can go over. Okay, yeah, we're going with Mud Crab's going to roll 3 here. Now, this is its actual companion turn. Holy crap. 6 got through. What a roll, Mud Crab. Just crushing. This is great. Oh, this guy we have to chip down at. We don't have forever, so maybe that's what we'll do. We'll move over here. We've got to just do 2. Yeah, we got it. We do 2. So one gets through. He can only lose one at a time. Their turn. Okay, so Wolf's going to go. He wants to get the lowest level. It can move 2. The weakest is here in Mud Crab. If it hits, I'm going to have to bring Mud Crab back to life. Gerald the rescue dog is going to have to eat it. Gerald the rescue dog may have to eat twice. Because I need mud Crab to get through. 1, we blocked it. Thank God. All right, we might as well have Argonian here, level 3. So he's actually going to target both of us. I don't know if I did that right last time. So we have a range of 3, and he's targeting 2. And then the enfeeble 1 means I'm going to gain a light fatigue. So I'm just going to put that in there now before I forget. Because it's targeting right here. It's going to roll 1. And it misses. Good. Those are done. Drungar. He likes the weakest, which is going to be the Diving Cliff Racer. Which I hope he knocks the Diving Cliff Racer out. That's what I want to happen. He does 3. Yes. Knocked out. So I get healed by 3. And I gain 1 tenacity. Based upon Warden's kind of special ability here. Although, unfortunately for me, I can only heal for 1. I wish you could go over XP on the Master Warden. That would be cool. But balance and everything. Yeah, boring. Just kidding. Okay, so this is done. Did we decay this? I think he was at 5. Yeah, I think we did decay that. All right, we are here to 4. All right, we need to go. We're going to get back 3 here. Now, if I target this cache, it's only going to be able to hit this, which might be fine. So I can target here Argonian Bandit, and we'll also throw this to see if we can make our companions more crazy, give them some more combat. But we are targeting that cache, hopefully to hit that wolf, but our actual target is Argonian Bandit. There we go. That's what, oh, what a roll. What a roll. This is beautiful. A 3 on that. Good luck. A 5, which destroys this. Also destroys the cache, but love that. I love this skill. Put that on my love list. And then we do 4, which 3, all of them go through. I mean, 3 go through. That's all we needed. This is gone. Unfortunately, I didn't leave anything for Mud Crab to do. I mean, I did, because Mud Crab's going to come over here. And now Mud Crab throws a ton of dice, but it's not going to be enough. So Mud Crab is rolling 3 plus 3. So it's going to roll 2 sets of 3 here. All it needs to do is 2. We won't even roll any others because it doesn't matter. This thing has Stalwart. That's all this thing can do. I am going to say I'm going to use my Skyrain's boon. And, oh, Adventurer. I can only heal an Adventurer. I can't heal that. Now, can I use heal party member insight for 3 HP, and it can exceed its health stats. So we're going to heal Mud Crab because I don't want to use Gerald the rescue dog if I don't have to. So Mud Crab is looking nice. So we use all that, and we did, this ticks down to 2. Feeling good in the neighborhood. So I have 1, 2. So he's going to target me here. Decay, he's going to lose 1. Which is nice. So I think I'm going to be able to get Mud Crab his last dinner before we cash him in. And he's going to throw 2 at me, and he's going to hit for 2. And then we're going to tick it to 5. And I'm just going to move out of the way. And we're going to let Mud Crab roll 2, 3, 4. We just need to do 2 damage. Just don't miss. 1, 2, 3. He blocks 1. Doesn't matter. He's hit. Mud Crab eats his last meal. We get the 3 XP, so we are sitting at 4, which pretty cool. I'm gonna have to think hard about what to do with that, to be honest with you. Definitely gonna have to think hard what to do with that. My big question, do I go? We're about to go into a dungeon. What's more important, cooldown or kick-ass dice? Ancient knowledge for each of my available magic skill or mage skill dice, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be available if I roll this first. If I roll this by itself, deal a total of 6 damage in that instance, distributed as you choose amongst within 2 hexes of that. Oh no. For each of them, deal your target 1 damage and heal 1 HP. So cool. However, it's not often that you have 4 XP to spend. So I'm going to do the smart thing and spend 4 to get that cooldown stat. We will do the changing of the symbol for under siege. That won't matter. I'm going to heal here. Unfortunately, I'm not at full health. I will get rid of this one fatigue. And I didn't have a chance to get to a town. What are you going to do? Although, for Mud Crab, dang, did this... Oh, I gained 1 XP and set this quest aside. So I had 5 XP technically. So I have 1 more XP now, which I probably should spend on health. So now I can use it in town to get an extra town action. Honestly, I'm one day away from going into this dungeon at like full strength. Because I have the item that will allow me to have a ton of town actions, all kinds of awesome stuff. Full health, all the fun stuff. So it is official. We are on day 12. We just gained 2, 3. Our party XP is 18. I don't even think the XP we're going to use is 18 for this dungeon. Yeah, so it's 16 is our EP here. All right, here we are. We have the dungeon set up. This is final step to this session, and it's a pretty cool one. I've had some difficulty in setting this up. It doesn't make a ton of sense in general. This is the vampire. So this is the Greymore lift or Greymore dungeon. And this is a persistent mechanic no matter what quest line you're on. You have a vampire, you have a blood nexus. This vampire cannot be even damaged until this blood nexus is gone. However, on top of that, there's cache chips, which are not caches. They are blood vines or blood thorns. Every time anyone in your party loses health, they basically start to expand and grow. And they're all 1 HP chips, essentially. All of this stuff is kind of equal to your adventure count. And in this case, it's 1. So there's 1 blood nexus. There's no additional cache chips put out. That's part of the quest, is to put more of these out next to these nexuses to make them more difficult. However, only 1 would go out based on player count, upon the way I actually read it. But since I collected items, for every 2 of those items collected in that very first step, I can remove 1. So if you had higher player counts, these chip stacks would be higher, and for each one of those items you collected, the chip stacks would shrink. But everything's at 1 here, so it didn't seem like it was a huge benefit to actually in solo collect those things. That's why when reading this, to set up was a little bit odd. Either way, I had to reorient to get this in the screen and you be able to see other stuff here. So forgive me, this cache chip is just out of screen. Basically everything else is in screen. I've had to shrink the player board so you can't see the items or anything. But you can see at least the player board and my play state and all of that fun stuff. So basic goals. We got to kill the vampire. We can't kill the vampire until that cache, which are essentially 1 health enemies, and this blood nexus are destroyed. We can't kill that cache until we get rid of all of the extra blood vines that are popping out everywhere if we're getting damage. So that's the tricky part. What are we going to get damage from? We have a level 1 dark elf with divert. What is that? Losing 1. I think you can't defeat it until it has 1. When this unit determines the target, its targets must exhaust 1 die from its active slot. Okay. Aggressive, we know that is a re-rolling of misses 1 time. It also has steal, which will move items out, which we definitely, I feel like I always want to try to not deal with that one. We have not seen an Orc Wizard. Orc Wizard is a level 10 Arcane Enfeeble 1, which is if you're adjacent, it'll do damage to you, if my memory serves. No, gain light fatigue. Its target gains light fatigue, 1 light fatigue. Okay. So I would probably make a lot of sense for me to kind of swap up the starting and have one of these party members. By the way, the party members have 0 defense in this encounter. And arcane damage dealt by this unit is true. So that definitely makes a whole lot of sense for me to send my companions out this way to deal with this, because they already don't have any defense. And it might make sense for me to go this way and try to take out Orc Marauder as soon as possible. I might want to have myself and another go up this way. The Dark Elf is going to target 1 within 2 hexes, ranges 2, the lowest health, which would be me at this point. 1 range. It wants to get 2. So if we have 2 adjacent to it, that could be a little bit of a problem. So I might want to have 1, 2. Oh, this does have a range of 3. That's good. All right. Anyways, so we know those suck. So level 5, level 10, level 1, and then level 20 vampire. This guy is a 7 health, 2 range. It has Chillblain, which is after this unit is engaged by an adventurer who's using a weapon, that adventurer gains light fatigue equal to the number of adventurers. So I do have a weapon here, which I might want to think about possibly swapping out, especially because it seems like movement might be huge here. And this mammoth rib for 1 tenacity for the rest of my turn, I can move through occupied hexes, which would be good because of the blood vines that'll be going everywhere. Those you can't move through. They're just like enemies, and may move an additional 2 hexes during the move action. So that might be helpful. Once again, this was my disappointing Lolthin's burning crutch. After this engage, you may take 1 true damage to move your target up 2 hexes. I really don't care about that. And even the overtax, it's like you can roll status die and you have to apply 1 to your target and 1 to yourself and gain the other. Yeah. And then Scamp Crusher, the other one I have here, doesn't really matter. So we do have Gerald the Rescue Dog, which helps us. We have Silver Circlet, which is 2 tenacity interrupt after rolling. Change a single level 1 or level 2 skill die to the side of your choice. We want to remember that. And I probably want to finally use Glyph of Bracing here, which is going to give them Divert. So that may save one of these guys. So maybe what I'll do right now is I'm going to enchant the Banekin here. So that's a heavy hitter with range, which is nice. That might help to get through that vampire defense there at the end. Rolling 3 range. That thing has 2 defense. All right, and then vampire also has Siphon, of course. At the end of this unit's turn, remove 1 HP from each non-quest unit within range. Place all HP removed under this unit's chip. Oh gosh. All right, so that thing's just going to get more and more nasty. So we don't really want to get close to it until we clear this other stuff out. So he's not going to start moving until we're in sight in these 2. Oh, this one is a bigger. So we want to keep that in mind. Okay, well, I think that's our setup. I don't know what my confidence level is here yet. I think I might want to swap spots here. This has plenty of range, so it's moving 2 will be able to target this. All right, so game plan is I'm going to engage here, and then Banekin's going to come up here. I'm recovering 4. We increase that cooldown stat. So we have all of our destruction staff stuff. Now, there's only caches here, and I have that big swinger, so I might want to use that to my advantage. So the big question here is, do I get within range? Just 4. If I move to here, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So if I move to here and I throw some dice at Elf Bandit, but I also throw this other guy that deals with the cache, 1, 2, it could possibly take out Orc Marauder if I roll the 7, which would be just a huge boon. So maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll move here out of the gates, and let's roll all 4 of our destruction staff stuff. We're sure hoping for the 7. We're targeting this cache on the, what is it called? The Elemental Rage. If the gods are with me, if I roll a 7 here, if I roll that 7, that thing's gone. Like, we're good to go. All right, we have a re-roll here on this cocked dice, but this is not what I wanted. Not at all what I wanted here. This sucks. All right, 1 tenacity there. This does 2 on Dark Elf Bandit. We have to remember Dark Elf Bandit needs to be down to 1. Then we hit for these 2, which give us a bunch of tenacity if I take a bunch of true damage. 2 true damage. Unfortunately, I have what is it? I have the ability to change a level 1 or 2, not level 3 elemental range with that silver circlet. So does it make sense to change one of these to, I think it might. So what I'm going to do actually, so I have these 2. I also have silver circlet. I'm going to resolve 1 and take 1 true damage, which gives me 3. And then, so I have 1 true damage. But then I'm using 2 tenacity, so I go down to 1 to change one of these. So he gets slivered down to 1 so I can defeat him this next time. So Silver Circlet came in handy here. This is pretty good. I can engage a second time and take him out now by taking 1 light fatigue. Well, I might take him out if I roll this properly. Or I can switch battle forms and hope that the combat dice will do it. Oh, what are my options here? 1, 2, 3. If I hit the right one on this, I can knock it out and also throw a free dive out there and get Diving Cliff Racer, yet another companion. All right, so there's only there's 2 misses on this. I guess we'll do it. We'll take the light fatigue. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the gods are now in my favor. They weren't on this last roll. I basically just need any hit. Okay, I got exactly what I needed. Okay, so on this, in second get engaged, I can deal 1 true damage to an adjacent enemy. Boom. Dark Elf is gone. Now, as I'm doing this, I need to make sure that any health I'm taking off isn't going to that blood vine. It's just ours. No, yeah, it's each time I lose health. Oh, well, I just did by taking the true damage, right? So I actually lost 1, so this goes there. Got the old bloodthorn. Or blood vines are growing off of that cache. All right, so this is good. The other thing is I can now trigger either Bond with Nature, which I can heal a party member in sight for 3 HP. So do I heal myself? I think I do. I think I use, so I deal 1 true damage, done. Adjacent enemy, true. Then any single adventurer may trigger 1 of their class abilities that cost 2 tenacity or less for free. So I will trigger heal for 3, which is only going to give me 2, but I think I'm going to need it. And then I will spend 1 tenacity to throw this guy out. 1, 2, 3. So I can move here, 1, 2, for 1 companion. I have 3 companion turns at this point. This one has divert, so it's got to get down to 1 HP. We've got to take these out, and we've got to take this out. I think I roll first here. It also has daze, so this is going to want to move and it won't be able to roll dice. So that's actually really good. So what we'll do here is this is going to roll 3 against this. It has 2 defense, which is fine, but we're also going to confuse it. We'll throw confuse on it, and it's going to have to move to target. Oh, well, yeah, it will. Unless I move Diving Cliff Racer up. Regardless, let's roll 3 and let's see what we get. So 3, that means 1 gets through, which is okay. It's confused. Now, the question is, do I take advantage of confuse, which I probably do, and just move this here and have it attack this chip, which it will roll 2. And we do hit the 1 needed to get rid of this. This is good. So now we're going to go 1, 2 here. It's within 5 range. Oh, do I want to move that far? Oh, this thing has 8 range over here, so it's going to... I think it's crazy. So yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. So it has aggressive, which is that re-rolling. No defense now, and then unbridled. Before this unit deals damage, roll 1d6. If the result is 3 through 6, the damage it rolled will be dealt as true damage. Oh yeah. And this unit deals 1 additional true damage to each adventurer. Oh gosh. If this battle takes place in High Rock, okay. Well, we hope it rolls a ton of damage on these 2 silly little enemy dice. So, all right. So at least we roll 3. So we know 2 is going to get through. We're going to roll the d6. We get a 2, so we don't have to deal with me losing anything. That's fine. So we rolled 3. 2 goes through. It has aggressive and enfeeble. Got it. All right. I'm feeling fine there. All right, it is their turn. Yeah, so level 10 will activate. Doesn't need to move. It's true damage, which doesn't matter because we have no defense in this particular instance. And I don't believe enfeeble matters at all to us at this point. Yep, we can't gain light fatigue on this. So it's just going to pretty simply roll. And it's going to hit for 1. I have no defense. All right, next up, Marauder needs to move, which it will. It's going to move towards... So I wonder if this is kind of a bad move. Should it technically move here? I know it doesn't move to target up to 2, but it can move in either space. It wants to go here because it's looking for the weakest. Each space is just as good. This strategically is better for me. Anyways, well, we're just going to say rule of most chaos here. And it had confused, so it can't actually do anything. Our vampire is still chilling in the throne room, not doing anything. As soon as we get to these two spaces, it'll start moving. Okay, round 2. I get back 4 here. I think it's pretty simple. I want to target Orc Marauder. I think the big question is, do I want to use that kind of like exploding elemental range on this by drawing vampire this way? While we do that, somebody will have to go up and hit this chip. What a fun little strategic puzzle here, though. Hats off, Chip Theory. This is pretty cool. Oh, that would have been, I guess it doesn't matter. I think I just probably roll everything I can and just go with, that vampire is going to be a beast. What are the chances of us taking it out? 2, 4, 6. I could roll up to 6 or 8 by rolling my 2 4 shocks. I could also just add tenacity here. I think I'm going to hold on here to not ancient knowledge, elemental rage, but I'm going to roll everything else I can. Hopefully I hit on a couple of these, and also hopefully I get the active results to make my companions a little more powerful. Let's see what we get. Oh, reroll, please. Reroll. All right, well, I got some tenacity to play with here. What I think I'm going to do is take 2 of these 2 for their tenacity to 2. I'm immediately going to spend 2 to change Expert Summoner to a 3 and throw that in active. So now the combat stat and movement of companions I control are increased by 3 right now. After one companion engages, reduce the die by 1. So right now, this is going to activate and target Orc Marauder. Although maybe we need to, so we can be still within range by doing this here so he doesn't hit both. We'll have Diving Cliff Racer move up to here, so Diving Cliff Racer can take out the cache. Maybe I have it do that first. Or do I want to keep that cache there right this second? We'll see. Actually, we'll have Banekin go first and see how close we get. It's going to roll 3 plus 3. So we'll just roll 3 combat twice. So it's rolling 3 because of this active result right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a miss. So it has 2. It's going to do 4, and it's down to 1. Almost took it out. So now it makes sense for Diving Cliff Racer to try to hit it, but it's got to roll 3. Because a smart thing to do is just take the punishment. Oh, no, well, it's actually going to roll more because that ticked down to 2. So now it's going to roll 4. All right, so it's definitely going to target Orc Marauder here. So what is 1, 2, 3? That's exactly what we needed. It blocks 2 and loses 1. All right, this is what we like. Now, Karzog Gra Magul is going to now roll. So this ticks down to 1. 1 extra, so it's rolling 3 against the Orc Wizard. And no relevant skills towards my companion. So we're just going to roll. What are we hoping for? We need 4. 4 knocks it out. We get 3. It blocks 1. It's slivered down to 1. Not awful. This is not awful. All right, so it's going to be the only thing that activates, and it's just going to roll 1. It's honestly not that bad. It hits for 1, and we go to round 3. Having Warden with this 3rd companion is honestly a game changer here. It really is, because that would have still been there, would have activated, you know, so on and so forth. Although it would have had days again on it, because Banekin would have given it days, so that wouldn't have been too awful either. All right, so what should we do here? We're in round 3. We've got to get up to here and take that out before we can do any sort of damage to this vampire. I need some more movement. We probably want to drop this in here to get this guy moving our way. Oh, I'm going to recover. Rid of the light fatigue. Oh, and this is now exhausted. I don't really hate to waste turns, so I kind of feel like I need to just move up 2 and engage this. 1, 2. We're not going to get to this blood nexus this turn before it starts coming after us. Yeah, I think I'm just going to throw a couple on an engage here. Hope I get the result I need. I do. So I can knock that off. The question is, do I want to resolve, gain 2 tenacity for 1 true damage? I think my health is more important at this point, so I'm actually not going to resolve that. Just exhaust. All right. I wonder if I start moving. Well, no. So if I go here, what's he going to want to move towards? He's going to want to move towards the strongest. So he's going to want to move towards this one, which is what I want, actually. And actually, I should have... You know what? I am actually going to take that true down. Oh, and that's going to go over there if I take it. I kind of want a tenacity to... No, I'm not going to take it. Never mind. Sorry. I got a kind of a tricky little puzzle here about the number of hexes I am away. I'd really love to have the vampire go off that way. So do I just retreat this or leave that there for now and just not do anything with Diving Cliff Racer? Although it's not going to, if it starts to go that way, I really need something to be able to get up here. I think I'm kind of in a catch-22. All right, well, we'll make that in just 1 second. We're going to move 1, 2. This is going to target Orc Wizard. We're going to throw 2 at Orc Wizard, and I can re-roll 1. So they both hit. Sorry, the camera is doing a weird thing right now again. So we do get through. This is knocked out. I'm going to go 1, 2. It has a range of 3, which can go to that cache. It's going to roll 3, just needs to hit for 1 to take the cache out. Or do I leave the cache? I'm actually going to leave the cache, and I'm just not going to have it do anything at all. And I'm leaving Diving Cliff Racer here. So Vampire is actually going to activate and move 1, 2 here. It's got a range of 2, so it's not going to be able to do anything at all. We're just kind of running out of time at this point, and I don't think we can do any damage until that cache is gone too. So I just didn't set up the cache right. Yeah, everything needs to be gone to do any sort of damage. So this whole time, my ability wouldn't even work because, well, I guess technically it gets rid of the cache. All right, I'm not going to mess around. We're going to be in fatigue soon. We're going to go here and here and take out this by rolling 3. We do hit, so this is gone. And we're going to start to circle this one there. Okay. Vampire wants to go here. Now I'm in range, so it's going to stop, and it's going to target here. So now we have to look at these skills. I think I forgot to recover my dice, but I'll recover them anyways. So I'll just leave them there just in case here. Chillbane Siphon. Okay, so Siphon's going to remove 1 HP. And we have to remember that unit has Divert now, and it deals light fatigue, which won't matter here. So it's going to roll 3. It's targeting here, hits for 2. It's also going to siphon 1 off, and it grows stronger like a good vampire should as it sucks blood. Okay, we're in 5. We're almost... We've got to get a move on here. So let's see. It'll be within 4 range. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get there, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then move again, 3, 4 for my turn. This is going to target the cat. Oh, or do I wait and try to roll what I really need to roll? No, I need these guys to all tee off on this vampire. So what I'm going to do is just make them more powerful, hopefully, and just simply roll my expert summoner, give them some more power, give me a good result. All right, we'll take it. +3. This is good. Unfortunately, I have to use the first +3 to take out that cache, which sucks. So this is going to roll here. It gets to roll like 5 dice, so it's going to easily take that cache out. Yeah. Oh, what was I doing? I could have actually... I'm not doing this. That's a dumb move. I'm actually going to take light fatigue to engage a second time and now target this, and this is within 2. So I am now using... keep saying this, sorry. Elemental Rage, which it'll do damage as I choose up to 2 hexes of the cache. And the hex is discarded, so the vampire at that point will be available to get knocked out. And I miss. So none of that mattered. All right, so now this will engage against this. It's going to roll a bunch of dice. It only needs to roll 1. I don't need to roll all of them. This is now taken out. The the vampire is now vulnerable. So we're within range here, and this will daze the vampire. The vampire needs to get within 2 range. 1, 2. So it's going to move back 1 here because we want it to move because it's going to get dazed right now. And we're going to now roll 5 dice against it. I only have 4 here, so we'll roll it again. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5. So 3 gets through. It is now dazed. So now my question is, So this goes to 1. So if this goes, this is going to roll 3 against 2 defense. That daze is going to stop it from rolling any dice at us at all. So I'm actually going to hold off because I think with everything we got here, we could probably knock him out on this next turn. Or I could technically roll this again and possibly get a higher result. So that would stick him here. He'd go after this one. Because if I got that into my cooldown, I'll be able to recover it this time around. But he's probably going to get knocked off. I think that's probably fine. A bird in hand is worth more than 2 in the bush. This is my bird in hand. I think that's the way the saying goes. So I'm going to hold off. We'll pass turn to Vampire, which wants to get within range here. Now he has 2 in range, and he's going to roll 3. Chillbane still won't activate versus those 2. And then Siphon will activate. Oh, and it won't move it from here. That's a quest unit. I believe that's a quest unit, right? Just because it's white. So Siphon says, at the end of this unit's turn, remove 1 HP from each non-quest unit within range. Oh, the other thing is... All right. So he's going to roll 3. Let's see what happens. All right. He does 1. None of them have any sort of... And he will Siphon 1 here. The glyph, since our Banekin is now down to 1, this glyph of bracing is gone. Didn't end up actually helping whatsoever. Because he would have been down to 1 regardless. It didn't stop any damage coming through. Oh, did I just give it to him? He had, what, 8, did 3, can't remember. Oh, he's dazed. He didn't just do anything. He moved. What did I just say? He rolled 1, so these guys didn't happen. Did I just siphon off? It did, but did I put it underneath him? I'm going to leave him the way he is. I think we can get him regardless. Unfortunately, now we are in over fatigue, or fatigue rounds. I'd take an over fatigue. Get rid of a light fatigue. Take this back. I can't get adjacent to him, so I can't use Daedric Curse. Unfortunately, all I can do is roll these 3. All I can do. Oh, that's good. So that's 4. What a roll. What a roll. All right, well, I'm feeling pretty good about that. That's not too bad. All right, so this rolls 3. It's going to roll 4 because of this active result, which we'll exhaust now. This could be the end for old Vampire. What do you think? Throw it in the comments. Am I going to roll? Am I going to roll? So he has to do 3 damage. Am I going to roll 2? No. Crushed it. Oh my god. 7 damage. That's a little overkill. Vampire is dead. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Easy. Easy peasy when you're a Elder Scrolls god like myself. Or maybe I cheated. I don't know. Or maybe I made it harder on myself. I don't know. I still consider this learning for sure. I mean, setup, I could have been way off. Setup, who knows? I thought that was confusing. But pretty cool fight, by the way. And I think actually this fight would have been way cooler with 4 adventurers. Or even 2, just because then you get the blood vines throughout this entire room. And you actually have to get into that room to do it. Here I could just lure him into the hallways. But we did succeed. That was Conquer. 3 XP, which brings us to 4. What do we want to purchase here? I think this is a time where we kind of go all out. And 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I thought I had another. Did I only have? I think I'm missing a skill dice here somewhere. For sure I am. So I have this here. I could have swore I was up to 4, and this one was going to have to cost me 3. Is that not true? Huh. I have to rewind the video back to see, did I have another? I could have swore I had 3 foreshocks. Maybe I only had, or didn't I just roll 3 foreshocks? Oh, there it is. It's literally hiding behind. What an idiot. It was hiding behind a dial. For my vision, I could not see that. Okay. So this would cost 3 to get this insane elemental or ancient knowledge, which we'll put here. For each available mage type skill dice, deal your target 1 damage and heal for 1. That seems kind of fun and crazy at the same time. So that locks off combat though. Something to consider. And that leaves me with 1 HP. And looks like there's 2 misses on ancient knowledge possible. What a fun little line. All right, I do have 1 HP or 1. I'm gonna add to my HP as well for that last XP. So 4 XP has been spent here. I might be doing this out of order, but I don't want to forget. All right, so this is it. We finished our first session. As far as I can tell, we were successful. Or moving on to Roots and All E04. And we gain ally. Karzag gain keyword ally. Karzug Gra Magul. All right, so in session 1, choose one of the following options. If your glimpse of Reach Folk magic leaves you eager to check its power, select the Skyrim Dark Brotherhood quest for Season 2. If your experience inspires you to help deal with more biology run amok, select Morrowind Mage's Guild quest for Season 2. If you're tired of the cold, select Elsewhere Outer Watch quest for Season 2. It requires the expansion, so I don't have the expansion, so we can only select from the first 2. And I'm going to select... Just kidding. This is the end of this episode. We got through an entire session. This is probably multiple hours long anyways. You're probably tired of me. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you doing so. I had a lot of fun, and I'm excited to continue this on. I could use your help, by the way. I mean, these are long videos. These are, not a lot of people make it through them. And when you make it through them, it helps a lot. But what also helps, comments, thumbs up, likes or whatever, and also obviously subscribing if you found this at all entertaining. And either way, thanks for being here. Have yourself a great day.